this quickly. How are we doing? Whew. Just another day, another hate watch. Obviously, I see the question here. Who do I think is going to win? Listen, even though I want Pachuca to win, fortunately, I think discussing Dodgers is going to do it. But, hey, if PSG can lose to Botafogo, Real Madrid can lose to Pachuca. And if they lose it, they're out. So this is a generational hate watch. This is a generational hate watch. But yeah, how are you, man? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We've been good. Things have been good on my end, and yeah, it's been a good day. Been a good day. Been having a lot of fun going through on TikTok or on all my social media platforms, but going in looking at the comment section and the replies to my videos and my last three videos. It's been a pretty fun. Pretty fun. But alas, another Club Cup game. Honestly, I've been watching less and less of them recently, but I've had them on like in the background as I've been, working or doing other things. But yeah, that's it. To be honest, man, I think Real Madrid is going to struggle. Fair enough. Is Mbappe still in the hospital? How's he feeling? Apparently he's back. I think he's got like something like with his food. Honestly, he got some virus, some bug. I don't know what it is. I do not know what it is. Did you see Inter's comeback? I didn't like watch the game live, but I saw the highlights. I think I've seen the highlights of most of the games. I think. But yeah. But I mean, bro. I know Inter won in the end and whatnot, but bro, to you guys to need a 94th minute when obviously PSG won the first game and you guys have the same record, but we didn't. Yeah, they drew their first game if I'm not mistaken. So I mean they're on 3 points. They draw. Yeah, they drew. So they're on 4 points. So actually they're in a better position than PSG. But like, what PSG you can chalk it up to. There's the fact, but Inter have not looked convincing. Like they look like they're really still struggling from that Champions League final. Junior's Canada a good place to live? Depends where you are in Canada, but on the whole, I'd say yeah, generally so. Do you does any South American team? I think you're trying to mean, does any South American team have a chance of winning the Club Cup? I mean, they're in it, so they have a chance. I don't think so. I think most likely, I'd be surprised if a South American team makes it to the semifinals. That's what I would say. As good as like, not gonna lie, I'm saying that they've surprised me and they've been better than I expected them to be. But I think eventually they're gonna just see the gap between the teams. Well, we'll see. Maybe I get proven wrong. How did PSG lose? They were outplayed. They didn't want the game nearly as much. What else? Yeah, I think those are the main reasons why PSG lost. But yeah, it happens. I'd much rather it happen now than in a quarterfinal or a semifinal, so on and so forth. But well, it's not the end of the world. We go on. Botafogo beats fair and square, and we continue. I need to see Dembele ball against Seattle. He'll be back. Honestly, that's the thing. For me, I just need Dembele there just to drop a couple master classes. Because, bro, honestly, like, bro, I mean, I know, listen, people know I've got a deep Arsenal fan. And yeah, this is exactly what it is. The 𝙀𝙾𝘼𝘋𝙗 glaze is crazy. Like, hold on, guys. Let me see if I can actually, get this up for you guys. I was going to make a TikTok. Unfortunately, I didn't have the chance to get there. But this is like a post made by 433. So hopefully you guys can see it. So this is 433. This is a post like Lamine Yamal with Neymar. There's like more things here. They show the video, so on and so forth. But bro, look at the comments that they had below for it. Like the caption for it. Breaking news. Lamine Yamal said obrigado to a waiter this morning. Leadership, humility, and vision. And remember, he's just 17. Oh, and by the way, this is him playing foot volley with Neymar. Listen, you get rid of all this bit here in the middle and you leave that final bit at the end and you say, oh, by the way, no problem whatsoever. But guys, when I say the glaze is too much, Lamine Yamal said obrigado to a waiter this morning. This is breaking news. Obrigado, for those who don't speak Portuguese, is just saying thank you. So Lamine Yamal now saying thank you is making headline news. The glaze is crazy. The glaze is crazy. Like, listen, I've never understood it when this same thing. This isn't on Lamine Yamal or anything. You know, he's done his thing. But bro, like when Messi and go when they shake a person's hand or they take a picture with a fan, like these guys are normal people at the end of the day. They're not gods. But please, guys, Lamine Yamal saying obrigado is what? Leadership. What leadership are we involved in here? Humility and vision. I mean, this is like normal human etiquette here. Saying thank you for getting a drink or being served and whatnot. Bro, they drank the Kool-Aid. 433 have drank the Kool-Aid. And remember, he's 17. What does the fact that he's 17 have to do with anything? What does the fact that he's 17 have to do with anything? Like, guys, I know, like, you know, like this is always a thing. Like, even when like they go and interview so on and so forth. Listen, I was 17 not all that long ago. Not all that long ago. But guys, come on. Like, at 17, I'm sorry. I wasn't, like, he's 17. He's not 7 years old. He's not 7 years old. Golly me. The glaze is generational. I hope they're joking. The thing is, I don't even know at this point. I don't even know. The glaze is that crazy that it's got me questioning. I think sometimes they genuinely might actually mean this stuff. Oh, la 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 la. Oh my gosh, man. I mean, it's like the thing with this, I mean, your stuff, it just continues. Exactly. Like I've heard everything under the sun now. Listen, I'm getting ready to go and like, because now all of a sudden Barca fans keep going and saying, why do you guys care about a 17-year-old? Why do you guys care about a 17-year-old so much? First and foremost, we care because you guys keep talking about him. And number two, why do you guys care about 17-year-olds as much? Because if you guys didn't care about us talking about him, you would skip the video. You wouldn't talk about it. You wouldn't comment. You guys care about us just as much as we do. So we're in the same boat here. And we care because, oh my gosh, the PR push, the disgustingness, he breathes. Oh my goodness, Lamine Yamal. Like, guys, come on. Even for his own sake. Like, I know, for example, there's the stuff, you know, surrounding him, you know, what's been happening and going on in his, you know, his private life, so on and so forth. Like, for me personally, voila, I'm not going to, for me, I talk about football, the stuff outside, you know, unless anything is confirmed, I don't know what's going on, right? There's been things said left and right. Listen, whatever, until things are proved, I'm not gonna go and say anything. Because when we go and I see like I mean, you're going and saying thank you is getting, you guys, I'm done. But yeah, the stuff that people are trying to push all of a sudden now. Apparently, like the next video I'm gonna go and make a dedicated video talking about why 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙖𝙖𝙶 deserved to win the Young Player of the Season in the Champions League. Like, I mean, I especially from Lamine Yamal fans going and saying, oh, he's overrated, it's all over one game. Ain't that convenient? Lamine Yamal got all his gas off of his intertie. Got all of his gas over that the intertie. And they're going saying recency bias for 𝙬𝙬𝘼𝑗𝑎. All he did was perform well in the Champions League final. Oh, dismissing that as that's just like a common occurrence. That people drop arguably the best ever performance in the Champions League final on a regular basis. Voila. It's like the glaze is too much. And honestly, a lot of like people have going and I'll go and say back having like Lamine Yamal literally in the span of like 2 months and whatnot went from being one of the most, you know, beloved players, if you want to go and say, because, you know, he's young, he plays well, so on and so forth, to all of a sudden like completely splitting hairs within the Barca community. Obviously people love him, but now like I don't know, maybe it's just me, obviously, because, you know, I'm PhD, so on and so forth, and French and so on and so forth, but like I feel like a lot of the footballing world wanted Portugal to go and win because the glazing, the generational glazing by these Barca fans, is ridiculous. This is what I call hypocrisy FC. I posted a video yesterday of Kid District, a TikToker, fellow Canadian TikToker, going and saying before before the France-Spain game, the semifinal in the Champions League, he was going saying that game is going to decide the Ballon d'Or. The Ballon d'Or is not over. This game, Lamine Yamal is going to show why he's the best player in the world. He wins the game, everybody's happy. Oh, Lamine Yamal is the best player in the world. All of a sudden, they lose that game. All of a sudden, they say, oh, no. One game shouldn't decide the Ballon d'Or. It's like, well, which is it? Turning, oh my goodness, flip-flopping left, right, and center. And listen, for me, what I've always gone and said, if, for example, Rafinha were to go and win it, even though for me personally, I think Dembele should win over him, and I think there's better arguments. For me, like if I have to debate somebody on or the Ballon d'Or, so on and so forth, if they come to me with Lamine Yamal, guys, it's a cakewalk. Intellectually, it's a cakewalk. If you bring to me Rafinha though, now I've got to work. It's a lot more difficult because there are actually, I think, legitimate arguments and a reasonable case that you can make for Rafinha winning the Ballon d'Or. And if he were to win it, I might disagree, but I go and say, I can hear that. I can hear that. I'd be okay with it. I would disagree with it. I think Dembele deserves it, and I'd continue to push my PR on. I'd say why, but I'd be okay with it. But Lamine Yamal winning the Ballon d'Or would be an insult to football. Would be an insult to intellect, first and foremost. Like Lamine Yamal would be the big, like people go and say, we're saying, if Vinny won the Ballon d'Or last year, it'd be an insult to the Ballon d'Or, so on and so forth, bro. Vinny last year, won the UCL Player of the Season. Lamine Yamal's done nothing. All he's won this year is he's won the best player in the Liga, best young player in La Liga, and even some like people are pushing stats, saying Lamine Yamal's the best creator. All that, I'm gonna debunk all that. Just please wait up. One of these days, maybe when the Club World Cup is done and so on and so forth, I'm gonna go make like just the whole thing of all the arguments put all together why Lamine Yamal does not deserve the Ballon d'Or. But anyways, yeah. Ben Yamal, now for me, Lamine Yamal shouldn't be first. Definitely not first. Shouldn't be second. Shouldn't be third. And maybe fourth. But for me, he shouldn't even be fourth. Should be fifth in my place currently. That's where I have him currently. And honestly, probably could be sliding as well. All right, here we go. The game. The commentators are out. They're ready. No, that's not what I want. Let me know if you guys can hear the let me hear. Can I? Oh no. Let me turn on direct monitoring. Test. All right, that's good.
Salomon Rondon captains the side.
He should be third. I disagree. First and foremost, he's behind Dembele. He's behind Rafinha. He's behind Vitinha. He's behind Hakimi. That's 4 people ahead of him already. And I would put Nuno Mendes ahead of him. Those are 5 players personally that you can go. The first 2, no doubt. Vitinha for me has to be ahead of him as well. Hakimi for me. This is my top 5 ranking currently. I'd go and say Dembele number 1, Rafinha number 2. I'd say Hakimi number 3. Yeah, Hakimi number 3, Vitinha number 4, Nuno Mendes number 5. That's how I'd have it. And then number 6, Lamine. So Lamine for me is 6th.
Welcome to the global home of sport.
Hakimi number 3. Hakimi has more G than your dog Maul. Let me say that again. Achraf Hakimi has more G in the Champions League than dog Maul.
One night, one shot, and undisputed. Ouzic versus Dubois 2, July 19th. Right now at 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘼𝙎𝙀.
Achraf Hakimi scored in the quarterfinals, in the semifinals, and the finals of a Champions League in the Champions League. Probably the first defender to ever do so in the Champions League. If you want to talk about the league as well, overall I think Hakimi is on like 25G as a fullback. Hakimi's been consistent the entire. I'd arguably say he's been our most consistent player the entire season. He's won everything you could possibly win. That's huge, but did he end up winning? The thing is though, unlike Lamine, Hakimi actually won.
Welcome back to the bank.
Hakimi actually went on to win.
Here in Charlotte, kickoff is in,
all right.
In Group H as the big countdown begins. Here in North.
All right, here we go. Come on, Pachuca.
There's a lot of white shirts in the crowd here, that's for sure. It will feel like a home side today.
9. Let me know if you guys can hear the commentary in the background. 1. All right, we've got kickoff.
It's the first game of this Club World Cup in Charlotte, and as it always does.
First game? Why is it only playing that? All right, okay, fine.
The burden of reality as Real Madrid look to assert their authority on Group H here in Charlotte.
We're all Pachuca today. I'd agree.
World Cup campaign hangs by a delicate.
Okay, since when do you need to win the UCL in order to win the Ballon d'Or? You don't need to win the UCL to win the Ballon d'Or, but it's a contender that goes in, especially when you're differentiating between players. Like what more does Hakimi need to do to go and to be in a serious conversation to win the Ballon d'Or? He's been integral to PSG. He was decisive for PSG as a defender, mind you. Was excellent defensively. Was consistent throughout the entire year, and allowed his team to go and win it in the end. What more does he need to do?
About getting the ball back. Bit of a loose pass for Pachuca to deal with at the back, and it's very calmly.
Like, I feel like even at this point, all the arguments for basically for Lamine Yamal sum up to he's 17, he's the best dribbler in the world.
Slides it through.
Oh no.
Junior, but there's some
Yes. Whew. Oh, easy there. Come on, Pachuca. Come on, Pachuca.
And he just out-muscled the Real Madrid man in the end. As we get a look at 𝙀𝙊𝘿𝘾𝘼𝙎𝙏, the Pachuca head coach. He's very much a new boy as well. We talk about Xabi Alonso being new to the dugout. Only announced as the boss at the end of May.
Tout le monde le sait, le plus important pour le Ballon d'Or, c'est la fin de saison. Et cette saison, et cette fin de saison, le joueur qui a le plus impressionné, c'est la man. Mais je suis désolé, mon mec, le Ballon d'Or, c'est pas le joueur qui a plus impressionné. Je veux dire, il y a des critères. I'll say it in French. The Ballon d'Or is not the player that's impressed you, air quotes, the most. First and foremost, as you see, subjective, the pace, depending on what you have. Like, basically, all it sums up to, Lamine Yamal does not have the most goals, not as much as a forward. In terms of big chances created, does not have the most big chances created. Is the best dribbler, yes, so go and give him that. And I think in the European top 5 leagues, he's got the most, I think, open play chance. No, I think he's got the most chances, like big chances created in Europe. Those are the only two. If you look at stats, for example, per 90 though, he falls down on the rankings. If you look in the Champions League, he falls down the rankings. He's the best dribbler, yes. He's not in the top 10 in terms of like G over the course of the season. And ultimately, oh, Salomon Rondon. Oh no. Oh.
That was a brilliant set piece.
Oh, he should have done better there. Rondon. Nice.
Hooks his shot towards goal as it diverts away, but that was very clever. It could have been a lot worse and a poor start for Real Madrid. Kennedy blocking off Fran Garcia's tracking run. The dark arts, they're always there somewhere.
Like, again, people have to. If Lamine Yamal is not even the best, like the best player on his team, didn't win La Liga Player of the Season, didn't win Champions League Player of the Season, didn't win Young Player of the Season in the Champions League. Why does he do? Why should we win the Ballon d'Or? How is he favored to win the Ballon d'Or?
All the way here, had to be watched that by Asensio.
I just want to know. I just want to know.
𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘼𝙎𝙏 into Trent Alexander-Arnold. Does well to rise the challenge, and then has his shirt pulled by the former Everton man, Salomon Rondon. Bit of a Merseyside battle going on here in Charlotte. Trent Alexander-Arnold steps in well. It's his first touch. Asensio's been
successful dribbles. Well, I mean, that's basically what it runs down to, isn't it? Then. Yeah, if you want to go and create a new award for the best dribbler in the world, the dribbler d'or, by all means, go and give it to Lamine Yamal. In fact, I'll push the propaganda myself. But guys, the Ballon d'Or has criteria, and simply merely being the best dribbler is not, shouldn't qualify you as being the best player. Obviously, it's a factor and it should be something that's taken into account. I'm not saying that it means absolutely diddly squat, but it's one factor of many that should be included.
Madrid are trying to jump out, trying to press, but with that high line, now going to be asked questions. As soon as it goes into the middle, they're going to try and spin it round the corner, and Madrid back line under pressure. See whatever chance they get. As Montiel plays it out to the right-hand side for Luis Rodriguez. Alexis Dominguez. Ball in behind. Fran Garcia's dropped deep here, playing everybody in Pachuca blue on side.
I'll tell you what, 48 goal contributions, most successful dribbles, most big chances created, and most assists. Most assists is false. He doesn't have the most assists in Europe. Rafinha has more goal assists. Rafinha has more goal contributions than him. Okay, in terms of dribbles, I'll go and say most big chances in Europe. Yes, he has that. But in terms of most like open play chances, period, he's not. In the Champions League, he doesn't have it. Most, if you look at big chances created per 90, he's not there. Most just like chances created per 90 is also not there. So I'm not saying there's no arguments for the minimal, but first of all, on the most assists, that's false. In terms of most chances created like in open play, that's also false. I'm pretty sure that's Mo Salah.
Physical, but
it's like we're picking and choosing.
Into Bellingham, a really quick, crisp pass was just a little bit too much for his touch, unlike him. As the Real Madrid supporters here in North Carolina try to
Who do you think should win the Ballon d'Or? Who should? I think Ousmane Dembélé should win the Ballon d'Or based on the criteria and based on the season that he's had. I think he's the player currently in the world that best accomplishes all the criteria for the Ballon d'Or. He's arguing for a midfielder.
They're moving well, aren't they? Do you know the movement? The little bit.
But okay, yeah, but stats are obviously play a part, but also it's like you have to take into consideration the position you play.
Moving around, trying to create.
Do you think Rafinha has a shot at the Ballon d'Or? I mean, yeah, he has a shot.
They want an offside flag here, Real Madrid. They don't get
foul. Penalty, red card. Send him off. Send him off. Send him off. Yes! He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. Asensio is gone. Get this Fugazi guy out of here. 6 minutes in. Clear red card. Clear red card. Get him out. Get him gone. Get him gone. Madrid are struggling. Madrid. Pachuca. Pachuca, please. Pachuca.
Onside. Housen, the deepest of the two centre backs.
Oh my gosh.
2 games. Club World Cup.
Vamos. That's a clear pen.
Straight red cards.
He's going through on goal.
Behind, there should be no contact. There's a little pull.
He's pulling him. That's fair. Vamos, the Fugazi. This is not gonna count.
Don't go anywhere near him. You know he's experienced.
Vamos. Come on, Salomon Rondon.
Going to be in, and he'd certainly make sure that the referee has a decision. But that inexperience.
Who got a red? Raúl Asensio. Come on, man.
Staying slightly behind. I know he's going to run me, so I'm going to see the back of his shirt. He doesn't do that. He gets run. He thinks he can recover. Do not go near him. Do not touch him.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being honest. Thank you for being honest. Kubarsi better? Not much. Not much. I mean, not going to lie. 𝙀𝙬𝘼𝘋𝙼 overrated. 𝙀𝙬𝘼𝘋𝙼 overrated. 𝙀𝙬𝘼𝘋𝙼 overrated.
From the start of the Xabi Alonso era.
Come on. Come on, Pachuca. Come on, Pachuca.
4 players.
Come on, Pachuca.
In blue. It's over the wall and over.
No, yeah. Come on, but come on. You guys have a man up. Madrid need to win this game low key. Hold on. Let me look at the let me look at the the table thus far. Real Madrid are second currently with 2 points.
If the powers that be agreed with the referee there.
So Madrid plays Salzburg last. If Madrid draw this game, they're on 2 points.
Slip back into a
they could still.
Finished the match.
Ooh, they could still Fugazi their way through. Dang.
And everyone, well, not everyone, but a lot of people had Real Madrid down as the favourite to win this competition.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Garcia comes forward. Vinicius Junior. Forever back heel into the path of Garcia.
Junior, be honest, you don't like Barca. Well, I mean, my respect for Barca has gone down for sure recently, but I don't have an issue. I'm not saying that. I don't have an issue with a Barca player. I have an issue with Kennedy. Oh, Kennedy. Oh my goodness. Oh. But yeah, to continue on, it's not that I have an issue with the Barca player winning it. For me, if I go and say, you can't lose respect over a club because of a fan base. Well, is a fan base not part of the club? Like, one of the reasons I don't like Arsenal is because of the fan base. They are representative of the club. Like, I mean, if you're going to go and say that, then I don't have any beef personally with, Yamal or anybody at the higher ups at the club. Right? I'm assuming most Barca fans, you guys have nothing personal or any vendetta against anyone in particular at Real Madrid, but you still don't like the club. Like, the fan base is part of the club.
Knocking 𝙀𝙬𝘾𝘼𝙎𝙾 to the deck. He's another player we didn't really see too much.
You can just hate the fan base. Yeah, but the fan base encapsulates the club as well.
Well, you'd still expect, even though they're a man light, to have the majority of the ball and try to dictate the pace of this game.
Okay, yeah, sure. And if you want to go based on that, like someone like Ousmane Dembélé went and scored in the round of 16 in the got 2 assists in the in the quarterfinals, scored in the semifinal, got an assist in the semifinal, and got 2 assists in the final.
He's got a man over, but he goes for Vinicius Junior, and I'm not sure if that was the correct pass.
Why did he get a red card? He got a red card because he was the last defender and he grabbed Salomon Rondon. I appreciate the gift, man. Thank you for sending the gift.
I think it would have been cut out.
Tu
anyway,
comprends?
but the pace
Oui,
on it
oui, je comprends le français.
was offside position, so they've got the feel of it now. They've got the rotations as Alonso comes forward. That type of pass is not.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
So much in
Like again, there's like I'm not saying Lamine Yamal doesn't fit any of the criteria, but like none. I'm just saying he's not the most deserving to win the Ballon d'Or, and there are several players that should be ahead of him.
Well, you can see Alonso making the hand movements, pushing his palms together, saying, "Keep it tighter, keep it tighter."
Like basically, for example, why does he deserve to win the Ballon d'Or over someone like a Hakimi? Why does he deserve it? Why does he deserve it over someone like a Hakimi? You can at least admit he's top 5. Yeah, I put him top. I put him 5th in my thing, just about. And even then, you can make a case Nuno's ahead of him. I said my top 5. For me, top 5: Dembele, Rafinha, Hakimi, Vitinha, and then Nuno. 5th for sure. So okay, who in my top 5 that I've just listed? What? So do you first and foremost? Where do you have him in? What's your listing first and foremost? What's your listing, Bran?
Can't quite pull it off. The white shirts grouping together to defend as a unit, and they'll get the free kick as well. Fran Garcia on the far side, taken out by a rather keen.
I think this is something that people don't talk about enough. Like the fact that a lot of Barca fans have a Dembele agenda because, you know, he left your club to go to a better sporting project. In his second year, won a treble where he couldn't do the same thing at your club. I think this is something that's not talked about enough.
One of the best teams in the world at the moment, aren't they?
I think we've seen the following around the team hotel last night after the press conference as we had a stroll around myself. I was wondering who was there, then we realised quickly it was Real Madrid, and the following is just incredible what this club have, but it comes with a weight.
Yeah, you might love him, but I think there's a lot of people within the fan base that don't. Especially after last year knocking guys out, scoring in both legs, you know, celebrating his goals, the whole, you know, snake thing, all that stuff. I think there's a lot of people within the fan base that don't like Dembele or don't see him in a favorable manner.
There's a young man climbing a tree to get a better view of the hotel garage. Not sure.
Honestly, the thing is, that's the thing. He could win it based on PR alone. If he wins that, I mean, people already said the Ballon d'Or's, you know, lost credibility. But even like when Rodri won it, even though personally, I don't think he was most deserving, but you could still make the case like, you know, he won the Euros. It's the greater competition, and he won that. So there's some logic behind it if you want to go and say. Lamine Yamal, though, it makes no sense. In the Champions League, he's not the best player. He's not even the best young player in the Champions League. He's not the best player in La Liga. No, he wouldn't have been the best player in the Nations League. All those things. The stats, the only places where he's like the number 1 is in terms of dribbles. Clear, no issues there. And then no. Oh my goodness, yo, Pachuca, watch out, eh? Watch out, Pachuca.
Just about to take it away.
The only stats or areas where he's like number 1 in would be dribbles, where nobody puts it into contention. He's the best dribbler in the world by a pretty large margin as well. And then big chances created in the European top 5 leagues. Those are the 2 things where he's clearly number 1.
Usual for him, isn't it?
But if you look at, for example, per 90 big chances created, he's no longer number 1. So per game, if you look at open play, just chances created overall, he's not number 1. In terms of assists, he's not number 1.
One of the best in the world, we know. But
another thing, Lamine Yamal, like his finishing overall, completely wasteful. He's not a very efficient player. I think in La Liga specifically, he's the player that I think has gone and taken the most shots, and obviously has like the lowest conversion rate. With what obviously, you know, as people like to go and say, the 9 league goals, so on and so forth. What did Asensio do for the red card? He pulled back Salomon Rondon, and he was going through on goal. So denial of a clear goal scoring opportunity. All right, let's see your top 3. 1, Rafinha, 2, Dembele, 3, Yamal, 4, Vitinha, Hakimi. Okay, why is Lamine Yamal over Vitinha, Hakimi, and Nuno? Why is he ahead of him? Because from obviously all the 3 PSG players, we know, won the quadruple. We're all probably, I would say, the best in their position at it. For Vitinha and Nuno, they also won the Nations League because, I mean, obviously for Barca fans, all of a sudden that trophy became a major trophy. And then in terms of, for both, at least for Hakimi, for example, in the Champions League, in the biggest of the big competitions, has more GA than Lamine Yamal. They were both, a lot of them, Hakimi specifically, was more decisive than Lamine Yamal in the big games, so on and so forth, because he scored in the quarter, scored in the semis, and scored in the final.
Unable to bring that under his control. We'll have a stoppage for a moment because the ball is burst. So there'll be a moment for referee 𝙀𝙾𝘼𝘾𝘼 to change the ball. Well, this is the close call with Moreno. And you can see he did stand on the toe of Vinicius Junior after he made the pass.
Yeah, his touch was big. He comes across. There was some.
Yeah, no penalty there. No penalty there.
After that, it was better, wasn't it? The distances were good, and it's just settled down now. The game.
Why isn't Barca in the Club World Cup? Because Barca could not beat PSG. Because Barca lost to PSG. That's basically what it was.
Playing with black armbands today. The first ever member of Real Madrid, Sergio Nieto Diaz, passed away earlier today at the ripe old age of 100 years.
Jeez, bro. Well, respect, you know. Even though I don't like the club, respect.
93 years a member at Real Madrid.
He's the individual performer, won 3 trophies, scored and assisted for 2 trophies, and was very decisive.
𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘼𝙎𝙏.
Yeah, okay, we're not denying that, but if you want to talk about individual performances, obviously you got Nuno's performance against Lamine Yamal in that very same final. You've got Hakimi's performances in all those games. If I'm not mistaken, in the return leg in the semifinal, he won the man of the match. Vitinha's performances, I mean, he won the man of the match in the first game in the semifinals. Also got an assist in that very same final for the second 𝙀𝙖𝘖𝘋𝑝𝘼 goal, and also had a ridiculous pass for the first goal.
𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘼𝑎.
And again, also won more trophies than them.
Alexander-Arnold, low cross into the box behind everybody in white, though. And that's the first real attacking passage of play we've seen pulled together by Real Madrid. As the ball over the top.
Go on. Go on. Find him. Salomon Rondon.
Kennedy gets a strike in the
finish. Oh, how can you not score? How can you not score? Oh my gosh. That's a foul. That's a... Oh, Pachuca, come on, man, Pachuca. Pachuca, man, Pachuca.
He made the first save.
Oh my gosh.
Wasn't his best, but recovered with the second.
Yeah, Tchouaméni, awful defending. He's in that position. He knows he's going to get spun in behind, but 𝙀𝙀 does well. He delays it. He waits, and it's this strike here catches you off guard. A lot of power and momentum. The follow-up is close. Courtois reacts quickly, gets back up, gets across.
I would say that's a bad take. He was good for PSG, but he's not been our best.
To push it away with a promising attack from Pachuca.
What's your opinion on the PSG versus Inter final? People don't correctly award it the due praise that it deserves. Because, you know, PSG smacked the team. Like, PSG beat Inter 5-0 in a final. PSG beat Inter, one of supposedly the best defensive teams in the competition. 5-0. The Inter that's, you know, pumped Barca for 7 goals. Held them, I think they had a single shot on, or maybe 2 shots on target the entire game. And all of a sudden, people are going saying it's a boring game. All the Barca fans were going saying it should have been us. It should have been us in the final. Barely being able to give actually PSG the due recognition that they had. It's because of the high line. Well, it's your fault for playing with the high line.
Shot in, blocked by 𝙀𝙾𝘼𝘾𝑼𝑒, and Pachuca can work it away. Bumped clear there. Oh, and Tchouaméni is out-muscled by Rondon, and goodness.
Oh.
There was a shirt pull. That's what the referee's indicating. The Salomon Rondon, he can't quite believe it.
Oh, shucks. He was nearly through.
Tchouaméni.
He turned to game volume again. What? I mean, I have it so it basically automatically goes down as I speak. So when I stop speaking like this, you hear it more. But then when I speak again, it goes back down. Like, is it? Do you want me to decrease it even more?
Can't really cope with it. To find a solution, whether they just give
Junior, would you have rather seen
so.
Barca versus PSG or Inter versus PSG? Yeah, I probably would have rather seen Barca versus PSG. You know, to beat Barca, to beat the team that beat Barca. But at the end of the day, you guys lost. Like, you guys go like. I get the whole thing of like, for example, when PSG lost to Dortmund last year, and I was watching the final, I was going saying, it could have been us. Like, if we'd done and we scored our chances, it could have been us. But I also said we lost 1-0 in both legs. We got beat fair and square. Okay, we hit the post, we hit the bar, we hit everything imaginable. But at the end of the day, we lost the game. Barca fans were going and saying it should have been us. It should, as you guys have divine right. You guys played both games with 11 men on the pitch. There wasn't, I mean, obviously there's the Ďeř Martin chance, so on and so forth. But bar that, no scandals and whatnot. Y'all conceded 7 goals, and y'all saying we should have won. Like, bro, the footballing world does not revolve around you.
Just clears his lines, simple as. From the former Bournemouth defender.
So Pachuca now, you're looking, you play Real Madrid. 10 men.
Intersafe football. I mean, listen, like the thing is, in that final, looking at the discourse on Twitter, so on and so forth, because of the fact that the Barca community online, as I would go into probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, it felt like we beat Barca in that final. It felt like we beat Barca in that final, to the point where you had people like that were going and saying that. Like, I had Barca fans going and saying, yeah, oh, I'll congratulate Luis Enrique, but not PSG. Like, congratulations to you, Luis Enrique. Or they would congratulate PSG, but said it should have been Barca. Like, bro, the footballing world does not revolve around you guys. The footballing world does not revolve around you guys. All right, y'all lost fair and square. Take it like a good boy, and then go and do better next season.
To talk about Alan Bautista with the best opportunity of the game. Good hold up.
Go on, Pachuca.
By Kennedy as the bending effort comes in.
Pachuca are outplaying Madrid. Pachuca are outplaying Madrid. We just need a goal. We just need a goal. 53%. No. They have more possession, but 0.95 xG for them. Dang, they should have scored that chance. They should have scored that chance.
Listen, there wasn't great contact on the red card. We know.
Not gonna lie, I'm still reading where they are. Just had beef with Interstill. Like, yeah, fair.
Shirt pulled. The referee was on the right angle. A few people on maybe this side of the stadium wonder why he gave that.
Like, to also show, like, I remember when it was also so funny. That's why I call it Barcelona. The fan base, their fan base, Chameleon FC. Chameleon FC, double standards FC. Y'all just change, just like a chameleon. Y'all changing colors left, right, and center. Immediately after you guys lost to Inter Milan, all the Barca fans I was saying, PSG, please say football. Please, PSG, please beat them. PSG, please beat them. You guys were like, please smack these guys. All of a sudden, then you guys click, wait, hold on a second. If PSG wins this, ~Ousmane Dembélé is going to win the Ballon d'Or. And all of a sudden, it became, oh, no. We need Inter. We want Inter to win. We want Inter to win. We're Interdistas. Bro.
So far, but there might be something here.
Ridiculous, man.
Jude Bellingham striding forward. Looks for Trent Alexander-Arnold, who didn't fancy going in for that 50-50. Brilliantly judged by Brian Gonzalez, the Pachuca left-back. So had to get that right.
Yeah, I think he did, but I think the pass was poor. He travelled a long way, Bellingham, but this is the type of ball, the situation for me.
Great pass out wide to Vinicius Junior, who puts it through the legs of the defender. Vinicius Junior crosses it in the middle for Garcia.
Come on, Pachuca. Come on, Pachuca. Come on, Pachuca. Come on, Pachuca.
First corner of the game, and
come on, Pachuca. We need a successful hate watch. We need a successful hate watch.
Before that, to put it over, give him something to run. He didn't make it. He went inside to Bellingham. Then the next opportunity, diagonal pass.
100% agreed. 100% agreed. If PSG, like the amount of disrespect PSG gets because they're on their France, they play in Ligue 1, so on and so forth, ridiculous.
Because that could change.
Like, even in my arguments, for example, that's why if I were to ever like harness, Ousmane Dembélé won Ligue 1 player of the season, had the most goals in Ligue 1, people, it's a Ligue 1, Uber Eats League, McDonald's League, League, so on and so forth.
Alexander-Arnold with the corner for Real Madrid. Plenty of whip on it. And just like the free kick 10 minutes or so ago, it ends up in the hands of Moreno. Counters on. 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘼𝙎𝙏 out wide to Kennedy.
Go on.
Beats off the tackle.
Switch it.
Garcia.
Go on.
Floated over the top.
Play him. Cut it back. Cut it.
Blue here as a challenge goes in from Arden.
No. That doesn't look like a penalty.
For a goal kick. Well, there was certainly a coming together. There's no doubt in that.
Yeah, there was. And they've asked the question. They're going to continue to do that.
Yeah, and if they said that, then I'll go say that they're hypocrites. Like, I'm not gonna, like, if you want to come, I'll go and say Madrid fans were wrong then as well. But like, the thing is though, Barca fans, you too, it was funny how you guys were saying, oh, if Vinny, why should Vinicius Junior go and win the Ballon d'Or? He'd be the worst Ballon d'Or winner with only 28 goals this season. All of a sudden, Lamar, with 9 league goals and 18 goals overall, so 10 less, if I'm not mistaken, than Vinny last year. he deserves to win the Ballon d'Or. Make it make sense. Because you can't even use... Vini Jr. last year was arguably the best dribbler in the world. All of a sudden now, no, we don't count that. Guys, come on. This is what I'm saying. Chameleon FC. Who said that, bro? Last year, that Vini would make a terrible Ballon d'Or. Buddy, like, you know what?
The penalty check continues to go on.
See, yes, VAR.
Look at the big screen.
Ah, never mind. Fugazi, man.
That little boy and the rest of the Pachuca supporters are going to be disappointed. They're not getting a chance to look at the screen there.
It took quite a while, didn't it? That's for certain. But now,
No one says that.
Real Madrid.
Plenty of people were saying that. Last year, that Vinicius Jr. would make one of the worst Ballon d'Or winners with his 28 goals that he scored that season.
To find a way.
That was one of the common narratives, especially pushed by Barca fans.
Garcia did well to hold off the challenge of Pereira, but unfortunately couldn't bring that long ball down under his control. Here's Brian Gonzalez, the man who scored that wonderful free kick against RB Salzburg in Pachuca's first group game.
Do you still hate Arsenal? Ah, the Arsenal agenda is still there. The Arsenal agenda is still there. And that gets beyond. Dominic, go on. Be honest here, brother. I said it to Juwan, so on and so forth. All the Arsenal friends I've got. I said it before. People call me crazy. People said this. I said before, PSG was a bigger club than Arsenal. Now that PSG have won the Champions League, what argument are you going to use to say that Arsenal's bigger than PSG? We got more European trophies than you. We got more trophies than your profile period. We got more league titles. I think same amount of league titles. We've got more cup competition. So Coupe de France is over your FA Cups. Trophée des Champions, we've got more than that, and then your Community Shields.
Well read by House.
In what way can you go and you make a serious case now that Arsenal's a bigger club than PSG? We've got more fans. We're a bigger brand. More successful recently. Generate more money.
Big game for him. Wonder how he gets on about.
The only thing you can use is history. We're an older club. We're older. That's all you can use. That's all you can use.
In the English Premier League, drive forward and get into different positions that he can travel and carry on. He's so comfortable. Got a big stature as well.
Here's 𝙀𝙀𝘖𝘶. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Oh, there's an arm in the face for Gonzalo Garcia. Kennedy, the man who swung the arm. I say swung the arm, but it looked very deliberate, and the referees just indicated that it was a shielding motion.
What do you think about Nico Williams joining Barcelona possibly? I think it's an interesting move. I think it could work out potentially. I just don't know what is Hansi Flick going to go and do. If he's going to play with 4 attackers. If you're going to go and play Nico out on the left, Yamal on the right, like up top, and then Rafinha as your number 10. If you do that, well then it's like Barca already had issues defensively. Who's coming back and defending there?
Disappointing once again. Rondon holds it up for.
Rafinha can't. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna play with 4 attackers, who's coming back and defending? We'll see.
Fancies it against the
no.
defenders. It's Bellingham.
No.
Shot in from 𝙀𝙀𝘋𝙀, and he didn't really look very confident when he took that on. It was a very casual swing of the left boot.
No, I'm not saying he can, but in terms of just balance to the team.
Just get another look of that.
But we'll see.
Together, sort of runs across his line. There wasn't a challenge made. The ball was going away from goal.
Well, I mean, the fact that he's come back and I'm not saying like he goes back and defends.
But when you look at the direction of the ball.
But we'll have to wait and see. Has anyone seen 𝙀𝙀𝘋 still running the gimmick? Are you saying about that, like about football? The world needs to be like on watch for next season, so on and so forth. If that's what you're talking about, yeah. Like I just don't think like football moves quickly. Barcelona could definitely go and be the best team in the world. Like PSG could go and get a group. Like football goes really quickly. Who would have thought that this year Real Madrid would be as bad as they were? Right? Coming off of a 95-point La Liga season, winning the Champions League, all that while losing probably arguably their best player, to then go and win the Champions League the next season. So football can go by really quickly.
Feel for it and understanding But the whole surroundings, it's a 75,000-seater stadium. Yes, there's a little bit to go, but it's a really strong crowd here. The atmosphere was fantastic in the build-up. It has become a bit of a shock. Obviously, as we get a look at certain situations, it's happened already.
Oh, it was a bad free kick, though, in fairness.
But who'd have thought that 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘼𝘆 Rondon, who wasn't even starting for Everton when he was at the club, would cause so much trouble for Real Madrid's two centre-backs at the age of 35.
Junior, have you ever played football? And if so, what position did you play? Yeah, I played football. So I used to play when I was younger. Well, I still play, semi-frequently. But like, I played for the Vancouver Whitecaps Academy. I played as a midfielder, but primarily I was like an attacker, so a winger. But yeah.
New players, younger players, fresh manager. Got it all to do.
Do you think PSG can bottle it to Atletico, or do you think they can ease past them? Well, they already played Atletico. I guess so. What PSG need basically for the final, I mean for the final game or tomorrow, is that they want Atletico to win, PSG to win. PSG just need to win, regardless. Even stat pad as well. Score as many goals as you can. Hope that Atletico beat Botafogo, because in that case, that would mean that PSG, Botafogo, and Atletico Madrid are all level on points. And if that's the case, I think then it goes, because the number one thing is the decider, the tiebreaker is head to head. But in that case, PSG would have beaten Atletico, Atletico would have beaten Botafogo, and Botafogo would have beaten PSG, which means they're all sort of level on that. And I think at that point, then it goes to things like goal difference, goals scored, etc., so on and so forth, which would mean PSG could still finish first. So yeah, that's what PSG need. So just for PSG's perspective, if you win, you're through. If PSG beat Seattle, they're through regardless. Doesn't matter what happens beyond. And also stat pad in that game as well.
It's also an opportunity for the fans to disappear and have their own hydration break. And I think there's a few who are still making their way back to the seats.
I played for the under-15s, U15.
10-man Real Madrid 0, Pachuca 0. Here in Group H, and
get a football, I'm all right, I suppose.
Real Madrid will be in this position
But do you think about the loss versus Botafogo? I think, well, I mean, it was a poor game from PSG. Botafogo definitely deserved to beat us, even though, you know, they sat back and, you know, played as you would think a team would play against PSG. Sit back. I mean, I guess it was in counter-attack, exploit your chunk. They scored a fluky goal, so on and so forth. But hey, they scored their goal, they turned them back, and the thing is, though, it's not like, oh, PSG, you know, their keeper had the game of his life or anything. PSG just did not turn away chances, and Botafogo were the better team. I think it's going to be a wake-up call that, you know, you have to take, you can't just sort of coast in this tournament. You're going to have to go and take it seriously, give your 100% every single time, and if you continue to do that, you should be okay. The next thing is sort of we move on, and just win your next games, and you should be okay. When did you play the academy? So this would have been, I played with them from 2017, 2018, that season.
It opens up in the middle for Montiel, who gets a strike in a goal. Gonzalez was in there following it up, so Courtois had to make sure he held that one, and he'd have taken a million of them in training.
Do you think PSG should sell Barcola? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Barcola, look, you having an underrated season. Barcola had 40 GA this season. 40 GA.
Go too far. That's
I think in 2025 I think he's got, or is up there and tied with like Ryan Trigger for the most assists in 2025.
They have is not really there. These runs behind is what's needed.
That's a clever flick from one Garcia to the other. Here's Fran Garcia. Bellingham.
No.
Bellingham.
No. Pachuca, man. Pachuca.
Oh, they like him here in Charlotte, you know.
Easy, man. Oh, my God.
Until half-time. And Xabi Alonso's side have the lead. And it's Jude Bellingham with a wonderful left foot strike.
It's a good finish, in fairness.
It's a great little flick around the corner.
Gosh, man.
Support quickly. Bellingham just approaches it. It's that touch there into a position, but don't underestimate what he does next.
Yeah, it's a 𝙀🫏 assist. It's a good sequence of play, but
right across the goal,
bro, 10-man Real Madrid
Timing.
lead
Waited
Pachuca.
for the
Bro, I
chance,
said
makes
𝙃𝙼𝘿𝘾.
about
I don't even know what to
staying
say, man.
solid, just it will
Disgusting,
create.
man.
The top players need to stand up. He is certainly one of those. Bellingham, as he produces yet again for Real Madrid.
Well, he is one of the Galacticos. Is Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham with the goal here in Charlotte.
You've been waiting to say that, haven't you? Because it sounded Bellingham. You know, you've been wanting to give it and put it out there. Well, you got it, didn't you? You got your chance. You didn't go full at it.
No, I didn't do the
This
accent.
has made it interesting now. Really fascinating.
Well, Pachuca got in their locker. It's over. 𝙀𝙊𝘾𝘼𝘋𝘼. It hits 𝙀𝙊𝘾𝘼𝘾𝘼. It's not away properly, but the offside flag is raised. Referee plays on.
They're asking for a handball.
𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘼𝘋𝘼.
Watch out.
Junior. One-on-one with 𝙬𝙬𝘾𝘼𝘋, who does very well. to
That's
slow
a
down his
foul.
compatriot, but does give away free kickers. Vinicius Junior waves the invisible yellow card.
The referee close by. Bauman's going to go tight, and I think if I'm the centre-back and I've got Vinicius Junior, I've got to go tight. You're on the halfway line. Try and create a tempo, a little bit of a physical standpoint, especially in the situation, and the only thing he fouls him. Now Real Madrid are in no rush, just wait. Now circulate, the referee's not happy, but the change around, it looked like it was going to be so difficult, and it still is going to be. But this is Real Madrid.
Xabi Alonso looks like he's barely 30, and he's no, he looks like he's in his. I mean, for me, I'd say if I had to guess, he's somewhere in his 40s.
It really is.
Well, they've been second best. You've got to say that for the first 37 minutes of this game. As Dean Howson is clearly enjoying himself out here in Charlotte.
Do you know which teams are going to be favorites to win the UCL next season?
Years of age.
I was PSG, Barca. I'd say Liverpool,
Name in no time.
and I'd say Bayern Munich as well.
Okay, that's a late challenge thrown in by Valverde.
And you know what?
To find Palavecino, but white shirts in the way.
Maybe Man City. But yeah. It's too hot in England. It's better now. Like I'm in London, so like yesterday was bad, but there's a nice breeze now. So like I've had to like turn off, like close my windows, turn off my fan and whatnot. So it's not too bad now. But yeah, yesterday before it was terrible, man. Like it's really just at night where it's really bad.
Probably wishes he didn't. Michael Brown special, huh?
Comments on Verts to Liverpool. I think.
You've waited
I'll say, look, as a PSG fan, I'll go and say it's just funny how you don't hear anything about it's not good for football, so on and so forth. Spending 150 mil. So if I'm not mistaken, that's what him now. The third most expensive.
Not the finest of strikes.
The third most expensive player in footballing history, behind Neymar and Mbappe. When PSG were doing so, it's not good for. Whoa, hey. No. Oh my gosh, he nearly. No. Yes. Oh my god, he nearly sat him down. Yeah, I was saying, I just find it really funny how when PSG go and spend all this money. PSG spend money. We're talking about like PSG. Look at the squad. Like it's about time they won the Champions League, so on and so forth. And it's bad. It's all bad for football. Qatar FC, Oil FC, so on and so forth. But when Liverpool go and spend all this money, when City went and spent all this money, nothing. A good signing. Voilà. But in terms of the player himself, I think it's an interesting move. Obviously, he was linked to Bayern. But I think he would have clashed with Jamal Musiala. And sort of Liverpool, I guess, maybe need more of his profile, and he was happy with the project. So yeah, I think the move is okay. I think he's a bit overpriced though.
direct it, and get over the top of it. Can you get it down? Alonso irate, asking questions, demanding more from his players.
Dominic, okay. I'll answer your question. I like Payet. I think he was a great player. Except when he went to Marseille, obviously. At Marseille, he was disgusting. He was trash. But you didn't answer my question. I asked you, which is PSG a bigger club than Arsenal?
𝙀𝙊𝘾𝘼𝘾𝘼.
And if not, why? If not, why?
Didn't have any easy passes available, but manages to find the forehead of 𝙎𝙬𝘼𝘋𝙾. Bellingham, the goal scorer. Five minutes to go till half-time. Real Madrid 1, Pachuca 0.
Come on, Pachuca. Come on, Pachuca.
As 𝙎𝙬𝘼𝘋𝙾 does his absolute best to keep that one in play, but he's never going to get there.
Yeah, we're talking about growing in confidence. Two centre-backs have stayed with 10 men, and the full-back's extremely high. 𝙎𝙬𝘼𝘋, Trent, right the way up. That's brave, isn't it, at the later stages of the first half. Defensively, they're saying, okay, we'll have to deal with it, we'll have to do that. And that's where you get more possession in the middle, but you've got to control the ball, you've got to keep it.
Because their legs are going to get tired. Their legs are very much going to go as the game goes on. Here's Kennedy, that's brilliant to get away from Valverde and get the shot.
Oh my gosh.
Courtois down quickly to his left-hand side.
Junior, you could argue that Liverpool have been saving up several seasons, unlike PSG. I remember seeing a lot of people complaining about Liverpool making almost no money moves.
15 yards inside, but
yeah, I mean, the thing is, but the thing is that, like, PSG, for example, this summer obviously spent money and so on and so forth, but like, it's 70 million for 𝙬𝙬𝘼𝘋𝙬𝘼, that worked out. It was 60 million for 𝙬𝙬𝘼 Neves, that clearly worked out. And then who else? Pacho, I think, was like 40 million, that also worked out. Like, people go and say, oh yeah, but you guys have, you know, Gonzalo Ramos on the bench, he costs you what, 65 million, so on and so forth. Okay, look at Darwin Nunez. How much? Like, he's on the bench oftentimes. How much did he cost you guys? No. Oh my God.
Real Madrid are putting on a show here in North Carolina. The Galacticos love it, and so do the supporters. Arda Güler into the starting 11 today and onto the score sheet. Real Madrid.
Arda Güler's actually having a good game
here in Charlotte.
This is a brilliant, well-worked goal. Controlling in the middle.
Why is it close? How is it close? How is it close? As in, how close is it? First of all, my question. How close is it?
It's a wonderful touch into the penalty area. Güler getting involved. It's a fantastic set.
Yeah, might as well go. Might as well go.
And you always felt the players they have, they're at Real Madrid.
My goodness, how you letting dog you like that, man?
Comfortable for them. The timing, the arrival, the joy on the face. They carve Pachuca open.
Well, we saw Roberto Carlos.
All right, game's gone. Game's gone. Game's gone. Game's done. Game's done.
𝙎𝙬𝘼𝘋𝙬𝘼 makes it 2-0 to Real Madrid. Trent Alexander-Arnold turning into prime Roberto Carlos there, bursting down the wing, won't get an assist, but played a huge part in that goal.
Come on, Pachuca. Come on.
Here's Kennedy. And moments before that goal.
Junior, what do you think of Zabarni to PSG? I think it's a good signing. We needed a right-footed center back. He fits that. From what I've heard, I mean, I'm not going to go and lie to people. I don't know much more with like that. I haven't really seen many Zabarni comps, but from what I've heard from people is that he's actually better than 𝙀𝙀𝘖𝘶. It's just that 𝙀𝙀𝘖𝘶, he's younger, he's Spanish, so on and so forth. So I'll be really interested in seeing. All I'll say is that, you know, last time Pacho, I didn't know anything about Pacho. He just sort of just came, and look what he's done. So I don't have an issue.
Flick it over his head, that's unacceptable. I did like to see it, did make me smile, but if it happened to you, I think there's only going to be one outcome. But the touch was absolutely brilliant.
Just one too many, got carried away.
Did he?
Can you blame him?
So okay. So PSG without the Champions League we're smaller than Arsenal. Why? Like even for me, my argument was always PSG was bigger even before we won our Champions League. The fact that we won it just puts a gap between us. PSG have more trophies than Arsenal. PSG is younger than Arsenal with more trophies. PSG have a bigger fan base. PSG make more money. PSG is a bigger brand.
And he had Dominguez lurking behind him.
PSG is more successful in Europe. Voilà.
Minutes of injury time here at the end of the first half in Charlotte. Can Pachuca pull themselves
Bro, what is going on with the frame rate here, man?
Taken down fairly by 𝙎𝙬𝘾𝙼𝘿𝘾𝘼𝙎. And we will have a moment to stop the play. Pallavicino, I think maybe he just had his ankle caught in that challenge. And
I think it's an interesting move. It's a nice move for both of them in that at Monaco you're at a relatively big club, but a club with not much pressure. Obviously they don't really have much of a fan base. You can sort of do that. You're gonna have a nice life. Just focus. I mean, okay, obviously you're in Monaco, so you can't get distracted. But you're in a small city state. You can focus on playing your football. You're playing Champions League football. You're going to be competitive in the league. I think it's also good for Ligue 1 and also for Pogba specifically. It's a good place to potentially go play well and play well enough to get yourself back into the French squad for the World Cup. And yeah, I'll be really interested. I think it's a good move, especially for Pogba. For Ansu Fati, even for him, it's also still a pretty decent move.
Vinicius Junior turned back, and the next thing that happened,
if that had gone over his head, I think that would have been some moment that would have been clipped off for a long time.
I mean, I'd agree with this argument. First of all, City do have fans, just not nearly as many as other clubs. But I mean, why should the fact that you have fans allow you to spend or not spend money? I don't get it.
Is there one more chance? One more clear chance in this first half? Pachuca will hope that it comes their way.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look at Dembele. Look at Dembele. I mean, Dembele burst onto the scene, like Micah Richards likes to say, had a lot of injuries, but eventually bounced back. Like I mean, if Ansu Fati is serious and has a long career, he still has plenty of time. So it's definitely not over.
That's poor though by Vinicius Junior. Bellingham saves him. Now Garcia, he gives it away. Naivety in the young forwards midfield position. Pallavicino, edge of the D, toe pokes it goalwards.
Bro, all these shots from Pachuca are actually disgusting, man. Bro, get a proper shot on target, man.
So far for the big Real Madrid goalkeeper.
Pallavicino getting into good areas, but he didn't feel like he looked comfortable with his shot.
PSG, Real Madrid, who did you support when you were little? Wow.
Sort his feet out.
PSG. I started supporting PSG, I'd say, like, realistic, like, in 2013. 2013 is the season where, I'd watch them semi-regular, like, in the Champions League. Because when I was young, I actually didn't watch nearly as much football. Like, the first time I really remember, watching, football, I obviously played football when ever since I've been, 5 years old. But the first time I, probably watched football, the first tournament or event was, I remember it was the 2012 Euros. That's the first competition I really, vividly, I remember I watched the games. I watched France get knocked out by Spain. I watched the Portugal-Netherlands game. I watched the final. I watched the Germany versus Italy game. I watched those games, and I remember that. So for me, the 2013 season, that season for me, is the season for PSG specifically, because that's when I started watching them in the Champions League. But that's half time. So 𝙎𝙬𝘾𝘼𝙎𝙬 lead, man.
Game here at the Bank of America Stadium has certainly been full of excitement. Raul Asensio sent off with 7 minutes on the clock, but goals from Jude Bellingham and Arda Güler.
Disgusting, man.
Galacticos have the lead here.
Disgustingness, man.
The score at the break: Real Madrid 2, Pachuca 0.
Ah, la 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 na 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 na. All right. I know you're French, but do you consider yourself Canadian as well? Yep. If anything, I probably would say I probably consider myself more Canadian than I am French. Even though I was born in France, I was raised in Canada. I moved to Canada when I was three years old. I've spent the majority of, the largest portion of my life there. Obviously I have Canadian, mannerisms. Speak English like a Canadian. Even my French is, pretty Canadian. All my family's still there. Most of my friends are in Canada. So I'd say, yeah, I'm probably most Canadian, I'd go and say. Hold on, why is there a difference between, this is a bit brighter. Hold on. All right, this is better. We should win tomorrow. I hope Mascara gets minutes. I hope so. I mean, I wouldn't start him. I think tomorrow you start off basically with the strongest lineup, maybe one change, so on and so forth. Because tomorrow you need to win. You need to win, and also just stat pad. You need to come back off that victory, win big. Unfortunately, finishing first, it's no longer in your hands. You hope Atletico Madrid win as well. The thing is, I actually don't know. So like, hold on. Let me get the I genuinely do not know how it's gonna work now, because I know Atletico Madrid need to win tomorrow. It doesn't matter what happens outside of that. Looking at the Club World Cup, looking at the table, the groups. So PSG is in Group B, obviously. Botafogo are currently first with 6 points. PSG and Atletico Madrid are on 3. PSG obviously they have the best goal difference. PSG play at Seattle Sounders first, so Seattle's gone. It doesn't matter, even if they win, they can't progress through. Actually, that's kind of a lie. Hold on. Could they? No, they can't. Yeah, no, they can't. Because I was gonna say, even if Seattle like smack PSG, they'd be on level on points, and Botafogo won. They'd be level on points with Atletico, and the first tiebreaker is head to head, which would mean if it was head to head, obviously Atletico Madrid beat them, and so they win. So Seattle was knocked out for sure. The thing is, though, with this thing though, is that so PSG obviously lost to Botafogo, but PSG beat Atletico Madrid. If Atletico Madrid were to beat Botafogo, that means all the 3 teams would have lost to at least one of them. So PSG would have lost to Botafogo, Botafogo would have lost to Atletico would have lost to PSG. And because the first tiebreaker is head to head, well, each one of them would have lost one, and they'd all be level on points if Atletico won and PSG obviously won as well. And if that's the case, then I'm assuming that the next thing is goal difference and then like goals scored. So that's why I'm saying from PSG, you also need to stat pad. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. Like, let me see, maybe how I can find something on like Twitter. I think more people know Arsenal than PSG. I disagree. I mean, look at the social media following. I mean, I'll go quickly here to into Instagram in terms of influence. Like, I mean, maybe yeah, if you're in your little, London bubble and whatnot, or in the UK bubble, then sure. That's the message. But okay, I'm on TikTok right now. So if we look at PSG have 47.7 million followers on TikTok, compared to Arsenal, who have, how many do they have? 9.7. If we go to Instagram, PSG have 64.7 million. Arsenal have 30.8, and then many other things. I think the only one where Arsenal I think has more is Twitter. But even Twitter, it's because, so the way PSG do their Twitter, because Twitter's mainly text, is they have like several different accounts. So they've got one for like their French audience, they've got one for English, they've got one for Latin America. And I think if you aggregate all of them together, I think they're close or comparable. But I think the only social media platform where Arsenal has more than PSG is Twitter. And even on Twitter, it's marginal. Whereas you go on YouTube, you go on Twitter, you go on Facebook, all that, it's all PSG. And obviously, social media doesn't necessarily mean, but like in terms of brand, if PSG have like literally like double in some cases the following of an Arsenal, it would seem to me that they're more influential at the very least. Dang, what's going here? Can you name 5 PSG players before 2010? Before 2010 specifically? Okay. No, I think he was okay. So I'll go and say 𝙀𝙬𝘼𝘾𝙼𝘎, David Ginola, 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙼𝑗𝑎𝑠. I want to go for Bertrand Lama, Luis Fernandez. That's 5 already. Djorkaeff as well. Anelka as well. And 7. I was gonna say Nene, but I think Nene joined. I think he joined potentially before 2010. Yeah, I think he probably joined before 2010, but was playing in that 2010, so I won't count him. But yeah. I hope it wasn't to try to go and I hope it wasn't trying to go to get me. I mean, I started watching PSG after 2010. Yeah, could have even said Ronaldinho as well. JJ Okocha as well. I could have mentioned as well. Like PSG have had big players play before the Qatari takeover. Like this idea that PSG was some, you know, random no-name club before that is false. PSG had won a European trophy before the Qatari takeover. Junior, do you think Canada will win the Gold Cup even after the draw against 𝙀𝙀𝘖𝘶? Honestly, I watched a bit like the sort of second, like, I say 3/4 of the game against Honduras, but I didn't watch the 𝙀𝙀𝘶 game, so I don't even know how it went. Hopefully you should basically get out of the group, and then beyond that, I just have like, that's the thing, is that I don't know what CONCACAF is. I mean, I guess they've always had planned to play the Gold Cup, but like, I don't know. I think this whole thing is, even last year, like with the Copa America as well as the Euros, it's just like, it's hard to go and really take both at the same time, or pay attention to both at the same time. I mean, I'm seeing there, you got Barca, you got the treble win, so on and so forth. Where are you guys? Did I miss Barca's game? Did I miss Barca's game? Or maybe they must have played. Maybe there's like, you know, a sneaky new group that I'm missing. Where's Barca? Where's Barca? That's right. You guys are watching just like us. You're watching on the sofa. So shut up. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying Barca's not there. Barca's not in the competition. Qualifying for it is one thing already. I'm not to be rude. But then why'd you mention it? Why'd you mention when about the Botafogo? Buddy, don't lie. You're trying to go and get a reaction. I'll go and say, where's Barca? Where's Barca? Like, it's one thing, it's one thing to be in the competition. France qualified for the semifinals of the under 21 Euros. Let me see what the score was. Did Pogba actually sign officially for Monaco? I don't think so. I mean, it's still rumors, right? But I haven't seen anything official. Well, I mean, yeah, Barca fans want to go and attack me. I mean, we played the same team that Barca played and we won. I mean, we're not currently, PSG is the current European champions. Obviously, I want PSG to go and also go far in this competition. But even if PSG were to get knocked out, that doesn't change that fact. And on top of that, Barca's not in the competition. You're gonna stream the City game tonight. City's playing. No, I'm not streaming that game. I'm not staying up all the way just for that. It's at 2 a.m. I'm not gonna, because I'll do that for PSG, not for City, And it's not even like City's playing, you know, maybe if like the City Juventus game, maybe that, but not City no, bro, come on. Like maybe for the later, like the bigger, the quarterfinal, like round of 16, so on and so forth, maybe those, but not for some group stage game, which City's probably gonna go and step up. I maybe will have, I'll probably go to bed, honestly. But yeah. You supporting the Super Cup? I mean, I always said it. Like PSG's my main team. PSG, I'm a number one PSG fan. Spurs is my prem team. Is my secondary team. Like truly. So if PSG play Spurs, I want PSG to win. Now, if PSG were to lose to them, I'd still be gutted, but I still not be gutted nearly as much. If you get me. But PSG's my number one. PSG's the team I know the most about. It's the team that, like, if you look here, I've got the most jerseys on. Actually speaking, which I like order new jerseys, some like retro kits, all these things. So yeah. Well, I hope so. I hope we stat pad. I hope we stat pad. Like hopefully win by more than 3. You need to smack them. Junior, thank you for the debate. I mean, I'm not sure if there was much of a debate, but you're welcome. Messi's goal is the best goal of the tourney, in my opinion. What's your favorite goal? It was a good goal. I think the one that 𝙀𝙊𝘾𝘼𝙎𝙗 scored for Boca Juniors. Was it yesterday? Yeah, that goal where he went. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Anyways, that goal. I think that goal is the best. Thus far, been the best goal, in my personal opinion. Okay, well, be consistent. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, listen, if that's what you're fine. But then also your Barca fans going and saying, "Oh, this tournament's so dead. Barca needs to be in this tournament. This tournament needs Barca." So on. So it's like, which is it? Which is it? If you're going to say I'd rather not be in it, by all means. But the thing is, you guys didn't qualify. You guys didn't have a choice. Yeah, I didn't see Yıldız's goal today. I saw his third goal. Yeah, I missed the first half of the Juventus game, so I'll have to go back and watch the highlights. But yeah, I heard the commentator say it was a laser into the top corner. So maybe pending. Okay, in fact, let me try to quickly go and find it. Juve versus who did they play? I just put Juve versus and they'll find it. All right, I've got the game on. Was Mbappe better or worse in PSG? As in compared to Madrid, compared to like Monaco. Mbappe's the best version of Mbappe was Mbappe whilst he was at PSG. Like we saw him under his best version whilst he was at PSG. Hello. Anything you want to say? Any thing you disagree on me with? If I'm mistaken, I remember you came on one of my TikTok lives. It must have been for the 𝙀𝙾𝘼𝘋𝘼 one. Can't remember it because I know some. Did you push Rafinha or were you also on that were you dogmalista? Bro, what is going on with my YouTube here? All right, there we go. Okay, I got the game. I'm just watching. Oh. Okay, yeah, the first goal. I heard that the first goal was like it was given as an own goal. Or hold on, let's see. Did it take a touch or no? I'm gonna show another angle of it. Oh, dang, yeah, it took a deflection. Yeah, maybe that probably was an own goal, yeah. Can yield these. I'm sorry, no, that's the best goal. That's the best goal. That's the best goal. That's the best goal. That's a crazy finish. Yeah, I know that's the best goal in the tournament. Yeah, okay, that can I yield these goal. I'd say that's the best goal thus far. That is a golazo. Comes in, ball's coming down, bang. Nah, that's the best goal. That's the best goal. Okay, I see my top 3 currently. Kenan Yildiz this goal, the goal by 𝙀𝙀𝘼𝙋𝙏 for Boca, and Messi's free kick. I'd say that those are the best 3 goals. All right, this game is gonna start soon, so let's get the commentary back on for you guys, and here we go.
Is there a reaction? Is there something to stay in the tournament? It's going to have to be big. It's going to have to be brave from Pachuca. But you know, the manager feels like this is the right time to go on and do it.
Well, Gustavo Cabral, the club captain, is one of those changes.
I'm watching the zone. If you want the highlights, like everything, the thing is, this time around, like all the stuff, all the things, it's all free on YouTube. I mean, on the zone. You just create an account and you can watch it for free on the zone. And then as for like the highlights, are just on YouTube. You can obviously go to the zone as well and watch the highlights there, but I just went on YouTube to watch the highlights. Junior, if you had to support a team from La Liga, the Bundesliga, and 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘼𝘋, which team would you support? So in La Liga, beforehand, I would have told you, would have been Barca, but now, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I still like the football they play, you know, the history with Catalonia and so on and so forth. Probably still would, if I had to. Obviously, like, I mean, I'm not going to go and say that I'm going to go and support Girona or, you know, Deportivo La Coruña or something like that. So yeah, probably Barca. In the Bundesliga, Bayern probably. Like, I don't actually have an issue with Bayern. I don't think they don't have, like, from what I see, they don't have a toxic community. Obviously, Alphonso Davies plays there as a fellow Canadian. I like that. So yeah, Bayern in the Bundesliga most likely. In Serie A, the thing is, Serie A, I like generally don't know. No issues there. Maybe Juve, maybe. I just don't really have like any. Like, Serie A I watch as a neutral. I don't have any agendas against any teams particularly. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe Juve, because I remember I liked watching them with, you know, Paulo Dybala. I would watch his comps and so on and so forth. But yeah,
He's going to be playing right down the middle. Diaz. Arda Güler, scorer of the second goal for Real Madrid.
Yeah. Dybala and Pogba. Superfly Dybala, for those who know. Superfly Dybala. See, Dybala with the superflies. When he went to Nike, I mean, when he went to Adidas, he wasn't the same. He wasn't the same. But Superfly Dybala, generational player. Generational player.
Referee tried to roll it on, but
Junior, why shouldn't Rafinha win the Ballon d'Or? I'm not even a Barca fan. So I think he's a good candidate. I don't know, no issues. If he were to win, that'd be okay. But for me, the thing is also, and why I have him second, for me, it's the fact that Dembele, first and foremost, has, for example, even though Rafinha has more GA than him, Dembele has a better GA per minute ratio, per 90 ratio. He was decisive in every single round of the Champions League. Similar to, I guess, to Rafinha, but he actually went on to win it. And also in terms of things like the eye test, Dembele's, even though he's playing more centrally, is still one of the best dribblers and one of the most, you know, biggest difference makers in football. Can still dribble, pass the eye test, all those things. So that's why for me, I'd go and have Dembele over him. And then obviously he's won more trophies, won the treble, so on and so forth. That's why I'd rank him.
Back in 2023.
You're watching on the zone. To my recollection, it's the only place you can watch this game. I know some other games, depending on the country, like I know PSG games are shown on TF1, but if you want every single game for sure for free.
Kennedy winds one up.
Oh, shush. If you want to be sure to be able to watch every single game, go to 𝙬𝙤. 𝙬𝙤.com, create a free account, and you got it for free, which is nice. Probably one of the only times where you're going to be able to watch every single game for free.
A little bit of a shirt pull as he just lines his effort up. It was always going over. We had a little bit of a new. We thought he was close, but didn't really test the goalkeeper.
But again, though, promising start from Pachuca. They've got a corner here as well.
The problem with 𝙀𝙀 is that he ghosted in the semis. I mean, listen, I don't know how I think he was disappointing, and I guess to a certain degree he ghosted somewhat. But like, the 𝙀𝙀 got 2 GA in that semifinal, and if not, I would go and say 3. Was involved in 3 goals. He was involved in the equalizer, got the assist for the equalizer for the Ferran Torres one in the first leg. Obviously scored caused the own goal from Jens Sommer to equalize in that game, and then obviously scored what would have been the winning goal in that second leg. So if you are directly involved in 3 goals for your team in that final, the most in your team, like he disappointed. But to say he ghosted, I don't know, man. He was disappointing for sure, and I would have expected a lot more from him. But to say he ghosted, I think is a bit is a bit too much.
Loops on in, looking for Rondon, who attacks it. Doesn't get the ball. Does flatten Dean Howson.
Do you think the Nations League should count towards anything because there was no real South American, African, Asian competitions? I mean, the Nations League, obviously, it's a trophy. I'm not saying it should count for nothing, but it shouldn't be like the dog ball pushes where people in Spain were making it seem as though this is, equivalent to like a Champions League as big as that. Like, no.
Valverde, Vinicius Junior, Jude Bellingham, 𝙎𝙬𝘾𝘼𝙎𝘾. You had to be careful there, 𝙎𝙬𝘾𝘼𝙎𝘾. That's a loose pass. 𝙬𝙬𝘾𝘼 dives in. He had to. John Kennedy fighting for it, but the shove from 𝙬𝙬𝘾𝘼 is just enough, and Real Madrid somehow work it out. Here's Valverde under pressure.
Well, that's a big thing. That unfortunately the Ballon d'Or is also being decisive in the big moments. And unfortunately for Salah, when the lights are the brightest, he ghosted. He got clamped.
Valverde chops in.
Like, not only in both ties, but as well as in the Carabao Cup final.
Speaking of leaders, here's the Pachuca captain, Salomon Rondon.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Gonzalez, John Kennedy, heavy touch. Ooh,
yeah, Pachuca's losing this game.
And he'll be lucky to escape without a yellow card here, John Kennedy, because he was late colliding with Bellingham there. Seems to be okay. Does the Real Madrid goal scorer?
What, my kit? No, it's no one. Just this is a France 1984 kit, the one that they wore when they won their first Euros.
Always close to the action. He's not the full 10 yards away from that free kick. Here's your main man, Valverde.
Can you say the Nations League is better than the Euros as the finals has stronger teams? Well, I mean, you had England versus Spain in the final of the Euros. You had Italy versus England in the previous Euros. So, I mean, similar teams then. So not on that argument, no. If you're specifically talking about the finals of each, then no. Like, I'd say a Spain-Portugal is on a similar level to an England, Italy, and a Spain, England as well. So, yeah.
Vinicius Junior, Valverde. Vinicius Junior tries to poke it through for Diaz.
Yeah, Pachuca are losing this game. Pachuca are losing this game. Forget it. All right.
Vinicius Junior tries to play it inside to Brahim Diaz as the free kick's brought back for a foul by Luis Rodriguez on the overlapping Fran Garcia.
And the referee waited just a little bit longer. But now, look at the way that they're taking it. No rush, right on the byline.
Exactly. It's not just that. It's trophies. It's individual performances. It's what trophies you won. It's all that stuff.
Now with that little bit of lead.
Well, what can they make from a set piece for Real Madrid? They've not been particularly brilliant at these so far in this tournament. 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘼𝙎𝙏 stands over it. Towards the near post, easily dealt with at that near post. Valverde gets his shot in. Not sure that'll actually go down on the stats as an effort as Trent Alexander-Arnold sends one in. 𝙬𝙬𝘾𝘼𝑎 was closest to it, and that looked completely lost, and in the end Real Madrid get the throw in on the far side.
So as soon as I say Valverde does something good, he goes and hits that as it drifts away. I could say, did he mean that?
I'm assuming he meant, did you think PSG would be better? I thought PSG would have been.
Completed pass though.
Only just.
I thought like in the play potentially better because Mbappe would press, but I didn't think that we'd be this much better. So I thought maybe we could be better, or at least perhaps on a similar level.
Not happy. 𝙬𝙬𝘾𝘼𝑎 around him. But with the change, when go to obviously 3 centre backs, 𝙬𝙬𝘾𝘼𝑎 just to get to forwards, but he's really frustrated, isn't he?
Montiel not happy. Sorry, Vinicius Junior not happy with Montiel. Always looks to have a look of disgruntlement on his face, does Vinicius Junior. That's one back in midfield, and Valverde had to make that interception. Had John Kennedy and Salomon Rondon ahead of him. That's not very good from Fran Garcia. Vecino trying to dance his way through the Real Madrid defensive two. Earns a throw-in.
Just look at you know, the way Pachuca are. Rodriguez has got to go really high all the way. Gonzalez on the other side, or there's not counting. You know, they've got the extra men. There's not counting. If you look at the shape and setup.
Gonzalez, this is one in. Oh, and something on that.
Well, that was probably dipping in. That was dipping in. That was dipping in. Holy.
Once again.
Do you like the French song and the 2018 World Cup? 𝙀𝙬𝘾𝘼𝑎 𝙬𝙬𝘾𝘼𝑎. Yeah, I like the song. It's a good song.
Would have been a lucky one.
The song of victory.
Now this is an opportunity now. Set piece.
Vecino swings one in. Dealt with by 𝙬𝙬𝘾𝘼𝑎. Still not away. Montiel, that's a good cross to the back post. There's two
chance.
In blue, and it somehow goes wide. Well, there was blue shirts arriving.
How have Monterrey? I mean, how have they not equalized? I mean, or scored at least a goal.
Pereira was the man who got his head on it in the 6-yard box. Oh, well, he got a shove in the back, and I think that might have been a shove in the back from his teammates.
They still have a higher XG than 𝙎𝙬𝘾𝘼𝑎, man.
Better. It's a wonderful ball in, right across the face, and would have been onside initially. I know that, and they've got to score, got to test the goalkeeper as a minimum. They just got combined with each other.
Here they come again. Down the left-hand side this time. It's John Kennedy gets an effort away.
Ah, you come on, man.
By 𝙬𝙬𝘾𝘼𝑎. And then a heavy touch on the edge of the penalty area by Kennedy. Vinicius Junior can't get away from 𝙎𝙬𝘾𝘼𝑎 𝙬𝙬𝘾𝘼𝑎. His contract's expiring at the end of the Club World Cup, is the 39-year-old. Here's John Kennedy, Salomon Rondon saved again by Thibaut Courtois.
I mean, the shots are weak.
Up now.
Yeah, but okay, in fairness, they're pretty easy saves too.
Chances we know, but they're not really of high quality. It's the next step. And here is again.
Dean Howson spots the run ahead of him.
It's a good ball in. Can he keep it in? No.
Do is knock it out for a throw-in. Very positive with his play, though, isn't he, Dean Howson?
Yeah, he is, but it's one of those. If I'm going on the end of that, you look at your teammate and say, thank you very much. I just had to a major run as it goes out. The weight of the pass got to be better.
He's got to get back into a defensive position now, Garcia.
But if we look how many players for Pachuca are nowhere near the play, they've got extra. They've got to change something.
Pachuca need to be doing more here. Madrid are playing some disgusting terrorism football.
Easily dealt with.
I mean, they're 2-0 up. They don't need more. I mean, unless there's a clear disaster, they're fine.
Garcia, Bowerman, Montiel, teenager. Out wide to John Kennedy, looks in the middle, sees Gonzalez in there, of all players. Montiel again, Real Madrid on the back foot here. John Kennedy bends one, 𝙀𝙀𝘖𝘶 there again. He was at full stretch that time. He had time to watch, he had time to weigh it up, but it certainly wasn't the simplest save he's had this afternoon.
I never fancied him to get beat there. I still don't. For the distance, they've got to get closer.
Pachuca corner, 𝙀𝙀𝘶𝑖no sends it in. It's a
Come on.
by 𝙀𝙀𝘶.
Finish.
To the 6-yard box.
Oh my.
Away. And it will go out for a goal kick. No, and it's actually a free kick for a handball in the penalty area. And I think it was rather unfortunate because it just kind of dropped into the 6-yard box as we see that save by 𝙀𝙀𝘶 again. Well, John Kennedy, since coming on, he's looked lively.
You see there, it's a cross, he's just drifting into the back post.
Are you tired? Yeah, I'm a bit tired, but you know, we move.
Just dropped in.
Quarter man of the match. I mean, I want to see who's got the man of the match thus far.
Real Madrid.
Yeah, 𝙀𝙀𝘶's the highest rating with an 8.3, so he probably will get man of the match.
On in Miami, there's just as much here in Charlotte.
Dang. Some nice Modric appreciation. Takes the captain's armband from Valverde.
For Luka Modric, as Valverde passes the armband.
𝙎𝙊𝘾𝘼𝑎𝑠 is coming on for belly goal.
And also we get to see Dani Ceballos, but Jude Bellingham getting an hour or so here in Charlotte. Scored the goal.
Well, he made the difference, didn't he? I think that's for certain. Interesting change, though.
Well, Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois again face off in a major heavyweight rematch for the undisputed heavyweight title in London, July 19th. That is available on the 𝙬𝑧 app.
Mbappe was holding PSG.
Took that goal so well. John Kennedy comes forward here.
Oh, another save. Mbappe was the one holding PSG back, I'm assuming, but everyone blamed Messi and Neymar. Well, in fairness, the year Messi and Neymar both left, PSG then went on to go to the semi-finals, whereas when both of them were there, they couldn't even make it beyond the round of 16. So, I mean, if you want to go and say that, you know, him leaving was good, sure, but I still also do think that, you know, Messi and Neymar were also sort of potentially holding us back as well, with the fact that with their lack of defensive effort.
Well, Carlos Sanchez and Javier Eduardo Lopez are on for Pachuca.
Foul. What, ref?
A free kick there, didn't get the nod from the referee. Here's Luka Modric. And there's that outside of the boot pass. And him coming on has certainly raised the volume, because every time he touches it, he gets a cheer.
Oh
no.
The great man himself. He needs to use the outside of his foot.
That's it, the inside.
What's he doing with the inside? Why is he doing that? Just do that you've done all your career. It's great, isn't it, to watch him. Every time we get these minutes, we mention in commentary. It's great to see, but obviously that change, Rodriguez down the right-hand side and Sanchez coming on, getting a chance. I didn't mention those full-back areas are going to be important for Pachuca if they're going to get anything from it. They've got to take the risk. They've got to get further bodies, even right-sided centre-backs, etc. can go.
There's John Kennedy. The only Kennedy on the pitch now. Can't receive that though. Well read by Valverde. Here's 𝙎𝙬𝘶. Former Arsenal man finds the former Liverpool man, Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Come Come on, please, please, Pachuca, please. At least get a goal. At least get a goal. Bro, they're playing rondos with you here.
This is keep ball at its finest. These are the drills, little possession drills when you do overloads. That extra touch, drawing people in. Really good play now. 𝙎𝙬 makes the difference. Say, give me the ball, I'll keep it circulating.
And they're a man light as well, remember?
Man light, but this is the thing, what I've said to you, the shape, they're trying to get Pachuca the wider positions, but they're just getting boss with the ball.
Here's Diaz, who commits the handball. 𝙬𝙾 right on it to protest loudly.
I think this is my setup now. When you get a look across the pitch, I'm saying you might as well go all the way. Too many shirts behind the ball. It's come for Real Madrid, get back in.
𝙬𝙾 watches it again. Rondon's always there. Looking a bit tired now, Salomon.
Mbappe was basically owner. He signed his French mates. Messi and Neymar left. He was the focal point, and he didn't deliver the UCL. But okay, Messi and Neymar were also there with him, and they also couldn't deliver it. And at least, you know, when they left, he took PSG to semifinals. Like, you'll go and say, like, I mean, I think it's not the best argument because there's mitigating circumstances you have to look into it as well, and the squad construction. But the tiers, Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe were all together. They couldn't get past the round of 16. The 2 years before Messi got there, PSG made it to 2 semifinals, like at least consecutively, and obviously one of them also going on to the final in 2020. And then the year that both Messi and Neymar leave, the next subsequent season, PSG go on to go and make it to a semifinal and win a domestic treble. Like, even when Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe were all there, PSG didn't even win the Coupe de France. 2 years they got knocked out in the round of 16. Whereas the year after Mbappe, PSG won a domestic treble last year, and obviously, and then he leaves this year. So
tries to check to come back out, doesn't he? 𝙬𝙾
I could still say that he was still more impactful than Messi and Neymar.
Push it into space, get his team up, get his team away from pressure. He has his turn, but the foul comes, and they say thank you very much. Wait a touch longer in that middle of the pitch now. Valverde, 𝙎𝙬, Modric is waiting for touches. The atmosphere now, they're really enjoying it, these Real Madrid supporters, and why would they not?
Well, we saw them lingering outside the Real Madrid hotel yesterday, where they were just hoping for a peek of a rather sleepy 𝙀𝙀 Jr., a rather sleepy 𝙀𝙀 Bellingham. They've got them playing some excellent football.
Is Mbappe injured? No, he's got some virus or some bug or something. But yeah, we'll see. Apparently, he could potentially still miss the final game against Salzburg. I mean, realistically, Madrid probably should still be fine.
Here's 𝙬𝙾. It's under 25 minutes to go here in Charlotte. Round 2, Pachuca 0. They want to win this tournament, Real Madrid. A handful of players have come out and talked about the importance of it. Even Dean 𝙬𝙬, when he first signed for them, said that he wants to win it. Here goes Valverde. He's got one runner ahead of him. Goes back to 𝙎𝙬. Dispossessed in the middle by Lopez. And this is a sign of quality, isn't it?
Can I talk about Valverde again, or am I not allowed? I mean, he's absolutely brilliant on the ball. Desire, and then the ability to keep it into tight situations.
Luka Modric sweeps one with that left foot of his out to 𝙀𝙀 Jr. 𝙀𝙀 Jr. up against 𝙬𝙾, who hits the deck. That ball did go out of play. It will be a corner for Real Madrid. Well, the only way this...
I would love to see Real Madrid versus PSG
star players gets another goal.
finals, so we can trash talk them.
Both like a strike. No one.
I mean, that would be a generational. That would probably be the worst case scenario for Barca fans.
Tight angle.
Because if PSG win, that's the Ballon d'Or, like, truly dead and buried.
Wasn't exactly off the training ground.
Yeah, Pachuca got to sleep.
But if Real Madrid win, they will have won the first ever FIFA Club World Cup in this edition.
psychologically.
And it sort of almost salvages their season to a certain degree.
It's so tough. It's just Real Madrid had a spell there.
So
Here's
yikes.
John Kennedy. Dispossessed by Dani Ceballos.
I mean, you want to win the Ballon d'Or. Why? Why?
They're not playing it forward too often, too frantically. They're just keeping possession, or at least they were. It's given away. And
Bro, what are these shots by? Oh my gosh.
Lopez this time.
Lopez, what was that shot, man?
Too much pace on it, but Courtois.
No gusto, no mustard on that shot. Weak shots, man.
Was just getting into that far corner. I think he could have played and followed into Rondon. That's what he's asking him. Saying yes.
Aston Villa.
Right, but
Aston Villa.
it's a top goalkeeper.
No. Liverpool. Liverpool was the hardest team.
Routine.
Another corner for Pachuca. They try and find a way back into it. Bauman's there, and it's.
I'll say one thing for sure. Arsenal was definitely the easiest we faced.
That's a great
Of all the
ball
teams,
forward.
definitely
Vinicius
Arsenal.
Junior. What a pass that is. Here is the Brazilian. Up against Montiel. Oh, he makes it look so effortless, this Vinicius Junior.
You watching Man City? I will not be watching. I'm not staying up or waking up at 2 a.m. to watch City play against Al-Ahly. Like, if it's my team, it's PSG playing, sure. Not Man City. I'll watch the highlights afterwards.
He'll come back, circulate it again, but they've got a spring, they've got an understanding. I think that's slightly different. Ceballos, what he's brought, than Bellingham. Bellingham's different going forward, and Rodgers can do that.
Howson sees the running behind Bauman. That runner is Vinicius Junior. Again, remember, a man like Real Madrid, not many options, but he finds one.
Bro, if Real Madrid score another goal.
Out wide to Brahim Diaz.
Oh my god.
Valverde! Federico Valverde is there to put the seal on a brilliant win for Real Madrid. It may have taken time, but the Galacticos quality is shining through in the Charlotte sunshine. Real Madrid 3, Pachuca 0, and it's your man, Michael.
Valverde, sensational performance. He just goes across to the fans. A leader, desire, box to box. A good run initially, but then they don't give it up. Checks, the ball comes inside. He's under pressure, but what he does is fights off the first one. A good crisp pass. He doesn't stop, drives into the area, and then it looks like he's got no chance. But he will get there. He will make sure. He tries to get something on the end of it. And does he deserve that? He does. Ever since they went to 10 men, he's drove his team all the way. It's a fantastic goal to top off a big recovery from Real Madrid.
Once again, similarly to the Intercontinental Cup final in December, Real Madrid are 3-0 up against Pachuca, and Federico Valverde gets a big pat on the back from Xabi Alonso.
Wow, losing 3-0 to 𝙢 a man down. Disgusting, man. Disgusting.
It's not bad managing Real Madrid, is it? Hey, when you got players like this, and I know we have to be careful.
Now here we go again. Here we go again. Now we're gonna start the glaze.
The way the game went.
I'm gonna start the glaze.
Asked about the second game. What could they deliver? And then, what a reaction they have done.
I mean, in fairness, Real Madrid, they're a man down. They win a man down early in the 6th minute. So unfortunately, the ideal thing of happening where 𝙢 get knocked out. 𝙢 get knocked out is not going to happen. But 𝙢 could still finish second in the group.
Another one of those players who.
That's what we're hoping for.
Specifically for the Club World Cup. Only joined last week, did the 30-year-old. He's actually back for his second spell at Pachuca as the Mexican. Scored 57 in 247 appearances. Did the midfielder. Not a bad record for a midfielder at all.
Let me think about it quickly. Madrid are okay right now. I mean, they're going to finish with 4 points.
Might be a little bit too late.
Al-Hilal have 3.
A bit of a nibble at Vinicius Junior.
Ah.
And they don't get to see it.
Ah.
2-1.
Madrid could still get knocked out. Okay, guys, this is, listen, like, PP and lock in. The scenario we need.
With them on social media.
We need.
Keep up with the highlights packages, but seeing Real Madrid in the flesh is
We need
something else.
𝙎𝙾𝘼𝘾 to beat Salzburg to be on 6 points. That guarantees that they go through regardless of what happens.
Well, there's
right?
Another big name about to come on for Real.
Actually, no.
Here's Vinicius Junior.
No, we don't know what we want. We want Salzburg to win. Salzburg would be on 6 points. Ah. No, we do. We want Salzburg to win, right? We want Salzburg to win their game against 𝙎𝙾𝘼𝘾. That would put Salzburg on 6 points, which would qualify them basically guaranteed to go. Yeah, which would guarantee them to go through. Then we want Salzburg will be playing 𝙎𝙾𝘼𝘾. No, Salzburg will be playing Real Madrid, and 𝙎𝙾𝘼𝘾 will be playing Pachuca. We want, obviously, 𝙎𝙾𝘼𝘾 to beat Pachuca to finish on 6 points, and we need Salzburg to go and do the miracle and beat Real Madrid. If that happens,
no need to force it whatsoever.
not 𝙬𝙬𝘼 get knocked out. I know it's not likely to happen, but guys, we have to have hope. That's the only way it can happen.
Here's 𝙀𝙀𝘖𝑃𝑗𝑒𝑚𝑜drić. Well, they've looked
Can't
brilliant
believe.
when they've had the ball in these sort of
Oh, here we go again. Please, no, please don't score.
Junior. He's only got 𝙀𝙀𝘖𝑃𝗍𝑗𝑒𝑚 Diaz in there.
No.
Valverde arrives.
Yeah, clamp him.
Quickly.
No.
Gets it.
No.
Narrow angle, saved by Moreno. And there's a foul against Valverde, is there, on the far side? It's a free kick for Real Madrid either way.
Just a little delay now. We wait to see Rudiger come on, but he's just turning forward it. That back heel. It's all involved, but just didn't drop.
Pereira winning the free kick.
Yeah, it's a tough ask. I don't think Salzburg can do it, but I'm not pushing my faith in Salzburg. But hey, you gotta believe. You gotta believe.
Both sets of players, I should say. So the substitution will have to wait. Well, look at this stadium. It is stunning in the sunshine. Some city. It's Charlotte. We made the most of it yesterday, our day out at the baseball. You only turned up for 6 balls, but still.
Just a little look. I was doing a little bit of work, but I went round Freeman's Park today. Wonderful place, really nice place to come and visit. Wonderful stadium. Right next to it. So really strong crowd, and then
Courtois definitely man of the match, I suppose so.
Like this from Real Madrid, when it looked like we could have a real shock on our hands.
Dang, he's got an 8.7 on Fatma. What the heck?
A recovery like they have has been really.
Look at this. Oh my gosh, 8.7. The next closest Madrid player is 8.2. Anybody on the bench? Brahim was a 7.1. But dang, bro. 8 point. That's crazy.
See his side home with detail now. He's giving him in that water break.
What's this music? Bro, it's not me. It's not me. It's just the background. I mean, actually, I need to keep speaking, otherwise I'm gonna get hit with copyright. But I think it's just some like general EDM, dubstep music.
On the DAZN app, as it always will be.
Bro, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's also the home of the Carolina Charlotte FC. There's a few familiar names that play for them in the mid-table of the Eastern Conference of the NBA. Tim Ream, formerly of Fulham. Wilf
No way, since he doesn't get the lowest rating.
Manchester United and
No, he's got the lowest rating. He's at a 5.4.
and these parts as well.
Yeah, he's got the lowest rating.
Went past yesterday. There was a shirt of
Do you like fish and chips? Nah, I think fish and chips are overrated. I think a better English staple is 3 wings and chips. Wings and chips, better staple.
Also, but
I mean, I just don't like fish like that. But yeah.
the football and Now,
Pachuca. Is it the Pachuca? Pachuca.
massive plus point to the
Oh yeah, I guess he's at 5.0. Yeah, he's not been that good, in fairness.
As Antonio Rudiger gets the Hollywood voice treatment. Modric feeds that through ball to Montiel.
It's accurate. That is very accurate.
The young talent.
That is very accurate.
This game. And it's been a difficult match for him to kind of show his qualities.
248. Make some noise!
There's the announcement on the PA system. Tells you there's 70,000 people inside the stadium here in Charlotte. Some turnout for a Sunday.
Then why aren't you in the tournament? Why aren't you in the tournament then? If Barca better, why aren't you in the tournament?
And Ceballos into 𝙀𝙊𝘾𝘼𝙎𝙏. He's done well since coming on once again, 𝙀𝙊𝘾𝘼𝙎𝙏.
Yeah, he's done well.
Do you like sausage rolls? Yeah, I think they're quite good.
Certainly played the part, given that little lift, a little bit of a energy boost, and they needed it.
Here's Montiel. Looking for options, but he's faced with Modric, Ceballos and 𝙀𝙊𝘾𝘼𝘋. And now Antonio Rudiger, who gets stuck in, as you'd always expect.
Chance.
Of a Pachuca deflection, and they're back in it. And it's the man we talked about pre-match, the danger man, 𝙀𝙊𝘾𝘼𝙎𝙏.
I mean, the game's probably still done, but
One back for Pachuca.
come on, come on, come on. Who to take a deflection off of?
Real Madrid don't have their 3-goal cushion anymore. Surely they can't go back into this.
A real good moment for the young man we mentioned, who looks like he's going to have a bright career. Good turn.
It takes deflection off Tchouaméni. I mean, it's unfortunate goal for Real Madrid to concede. But it's about time. At least they conceded.
About it as it just diverts into the far corner, they'll take it. Now they'll feel like
Imagine if Pachuca were to score again.
It's going to make these last moments a little bit better.
Clearance from 𝙀𝙁𝘾𝘼𝘋𝘼, who's done absolutely everything he can in this game to keep that goal, that clean sheet intact. Here's Sanchez. Real Madrid moving with a little bit more urgency as well, because they can't afford to drop points.
The only thing I want, if a win, okay, I don't think they can win, but if they could, they get another goal here. Nervy moment.
Across this time to the back post, it's knocked down, away, not fully away.
Come on.
The tackle, and Valverde tries to play out from the back and will earn his side a throw-in, but they've got to stop the cross there.
Yeah, they've got to. Ceballos gets caught out on his recovery run. He rolls about 6 times and realises the ball's gone, so up he gets. He's probably thinking he's going to draw a foul, but he wasn't.
𝙀𝙑𝘼𝘋 Lozano trying to do his best to get the instructions from the touchline to the players over on the far side. There's a couple of fouls for the referee to choose between there. He opts for the first one on Antonio Rudiger, right on the touchline. This is the first time we've seen Antonio Rudiger since that Copa del Rey final where Real Madrid lost.
It's been that long.
In extra time. Rudiger receiving a 6-game ban afterwards.
Oh yeah, I forgot he got banned. I thought he was injured or something.
Certainly hot-headed, would be saying about Antonio Rudiger. Here's Sanchez as Pachuca look for another one. 𝙀𝙀𝘾𝘼𝘋 away. Lopez. Real Madrid supporters nervous inside the Bank of America.
Come on,
Stadium.
Pachuca.
Montiel gets it back and gets some sort of shot away.
He's overstretched, tried a little give and go, and then just as it ran away for him. But
He was injured, but was also banned as well. I mean, yeah, rightfully so. The guy had a generational crash out, bro. In that Copa del Rey final, generational crash out.
And join in. They have shown some threat, Pachuca, but unfortunately on the day we've just seen.
But that Copa del Rey final, it's been a while.
Times where You can't get.
Junior, you streaming the Al-Hilal Salzburg game? When is that? It depends at what time it's at.
Precise, and then they've got the quality to finish.
It's at, no, I'm not staying up to 11 to stream that.
15 minutes or so. 𝙀𝙊𝘾𝘼𝙎𝙏. And with Ceballos. Very nicely done by the substitute. Vinny Jr. central. He's got two options. He goes out wide. It's Valverde after another goes down. The referee is, of course, going to double check that decision with his VAR team, but it was a rather dramatic fall after colliding with Federico Pereira. The referee quickly makes his mind up.
Well, hold on. Even if
Valverde tries to check.
Even if Al-Hilal beat
Underneath.
Salzburg, it wouldn't change.
Penalty, but
So if they were to beat them,
now just circulating.
it still doesn't. It's still not over though.
Watching the clock.
Älvmann and Diaz chase that. Pachuca defender who gets.
Salzburg just need to beat. We just need to beat Real Madrid either way.
Free kick.
Salzburg on 3 points currently. Even if they lose, they still be on 3. If they win, they'd be on 6. So yeah, it's just up to Salzburg. If they beat Real Madrid, they're through. They're good.
Not seen much of Salomon Rondon in this second half.
It's tough, isn't it? Once you go behind like this, it's one of those situations. You can keep coming. Real Madrid said, "Okay, we'll wait, and then we'll come after you as soon as we get a chance." They've got a good shape in now.
Here's John Kennedy. Drives into the penalty area. Sanchez.
I'll put in a good ball. Take him on. Go on. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
As well as the saves continue to tally up for 𝙀𝙀𝘋𝘼𝑗𝘍 Courtois. Just a shame he's not going to get a clean sheet bonus at the end of this 𝙀𝙀𝘋𝘼𝑗𝑍 Courtois.
Yeah, it's good strong hand, wasn't it? Right hand side this time. Strong strike. Sanchez getting forward. It's comfortable, the goalkeeper. He couldn't do out about the goal, we know.
Salzburg needs to beat Al-Hilal, then Al-Hilal needs to score 5 goals against Pachuca, I think. No, to knock out... No, because, okay, if Real Madrid win this game, they'll be on 4 points. Right, they drew their first game, won this game. If Al-Hilal beats Salzburg, Al-Hilal will be on 6... No, 4... Never mind.
Substitute in Miami. Looks ready to come on.
It'd go down a goal difference, wouldn't it?
Here's Modric.
Yeah, I'd be tight, be tight.
To go here in Charlotte. Real Madrid 3, Pachuca 1. Raúl Asensio sent off right at the beginning of the first half. Sanchez with a little bit of a nibble on Vinicius Jr.
We hate for Arsenal ever go away? Probably not, no.
That'll be the last
the day my hope for Arsenal goes away is the day your fan base becomes reasonable and rational. And the day that happens, I don't know what's going to happen.
In the last game.
Are you watching this game on 𝙬𝙬? Yes. I mean, it's free on 𝙬𝙬.
Substitution for Real Madrid. Number 7, Vinicius Jr. is replaced by
Victor Munoz here for Real Madrid in the penalty area. Trying to dance his way beyond the defenders, finds a cross, but no one at the back post, and it's gone out of play anyway. Goal kick for Pachuca.
Just seen a nice little moment there with the manager. Vinicius Jr. just goes over, gives him a hug. I think it was a big improvement, wasn't it? What we've seen certain time, you just felt it getting him into the game where you can. There was that diagonal pass that got to him, and then that one-on-one, he beat him, didn't he? As you see, Rodriguez couldn't get near, and from there on, he come inside, he understood the role.
Why is Salzburg in this competition? I think a combination of the fact that every single team, you can only have a maximum of 2 teams per per country, and then a mixture of that as well as FIFA club coefficient. I mean UEFA coefficients. I think that's how they qualified.
21-year-old Catalonian. Cross into the middle here. Comes all the way through to John Kennedy, and Courtois can get to that for 𝙎𝙾𝘿𝘾𝘼. As you see Vinny Jr., he's got a bit of a sunburned neck by the looks of things. Here's Ceballos.
Yeah, it was a good shift for him, really, considering.
Salzburg will be on 6 points, and Al Hilal and Real Madrid will be on 4 points each. Yeah, and then the thing is, head to head, they drew. I think going goal difference. So
Talked about how he just loves football.
basically, you want Al Hilal to go stat pad on Pachuca.
Whether he's going to be surplus to requirements. And
We'll see.
He reacted and said, no, he wants him to be part of the future of Xabi Alonso's Real Madrid going into the season.
Here's Ceballos. 𝙬𝙬𝘾𝘼𝙎𝙬, one of the standout players for Real Madrid in this game. Now Luka Modric. It's a runner on the far side. That runner is Antonio Rudiger. Looks a bit disappointed by that pass into his feet. Gets it nonetheless.
Luka Modric there, turning it in. Munoz has got to be a touch tighter. It's unlike him.
Here comes Brian Gonzalez. Pachuca moments away from being knocked out of the FIFA Club World Cup.
Yeah, they'd be knocked out.
Unless they can rustle up a couple of goals, of course. He's got one. Montiel looks for the head of Rondon. Garcia is there. Not a bad clearance. Could have been better.
Touch.
Here's Cabral.
Cabral, he's played against Real Madrid before. I think it was in 2012. Did he score a goal against the team Xabi Alonso was playing for? So he's at the moment, but not meant to be there. So he just ends his career.
Rudiger comes across here, has to make the tackle.
Corner kick.
Trying to let it run out of play initially, but couldn't make any mistake there. Had to make sure he cleared his lines. And they'll come forward for this. As you said, Gustavo Cabral scored against Real Madrid in a 4-2 defeat for Levante back in the 2011-2012 season as 𝙬𝙬𝘾𝘼𝙎𝙬 clears it away. John Kennedy. That's a clever turn.
Oh.
Can't get away from 𝙬𝙬𝘾 though. Hangs out the leg, the young Spanish defender, and Courtois makes the save. Fist pumps from the supporters now, they believe.
5 minutes of added time.
Very well watched out of the at the back.
Do you play FC Mobile? No, I do not. I don't really game much.
Who has it now?
Never really been that big of a gamer, but
Time added on, by the way,
especially
here
recently.
in Charlotte.
Additional time.
Courtois stat pad, and yeah, he's getting pretty easy saves.
Voice of God confirms that. Valverde with some defending to be done here. Pachuca continue to look for a goal here as a shot comes in.
Oh.
Flies almost into the second tier of the stands here at the Bank of America Stadium.
Well, they're still going, aren't they? You knew it was a situation today coming up against Real Madrid that was going to be difficult. They started well. And,
Do you think he's going to win Al Hilal or Salzburg?
they have done okay.
I'd probably say Al Hilal probably favorites to go and win it. I mean, I said Al Hilal and Real Madrid would get through in this group. My predictions.
Fighting, they give themselves
Unsuccessful hate watch. I guess so, yeah. But you know, I thought Real Madrid were going to win.
For Pachuca. Rudiger crashes into a tackle with Gonzalez. John Kennedy gets the ball into his path. Ignores
Rondon. He's offside, man. Oh my goodness, this guy's so slow.
And then the offside flag goes up.
Holy smokes, man.
Rondon. It's not quite been the Venezuelans' day today.
Like, he's so slow. Get back on side, bud.
He's still some unit though, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's slow as heck. This guy was offside. Took 8,000 years to get back on side.
Some positions. So he might be in an area that he couldn't recover from because obviously looking at Kennedy had nowhere to go, did he?
Why do you hate Real Madrid? because of their fugaziness, because of the Papa Perez pavement, the disgusting calls that they get. Their fans, they're also arrogant as well. The stuff that they get away with constantly. A bunch of stuff.
For Real Madrid in this game.
My head, Real Madrid is spiritual. Fugaziness, the things like, you know, the Julian Alvarez, the double touch, stuff like that. Obviously, the refereeing decisions. Like, I've asked, can you guys name me a single major, like, big refereeing decision that went against Real Madrid in the Champions League?
There he is again.
And is it against Real Madrid in the Champions League?
He's played
You on Twitch? I am, yes, on Twitch. I'm on Twitch. I'm on TikTok. I'm on YouTube.
difference out of
Live, shorts and like normal.
Munoz and Rudiger are in the attack here. Rudiger's on the deck now. Modric under pressure.
No.
Slides it through for Diaz. Munoz is the only one in there. It's over his head and into the hands of Moreno. Now Rudiger was certainly getting involved.
Remember, yeah, obviously. I'm saying what big decision went against Real Madrid? Against Real Madrid. Like, I mean, in favor of them, we got, yeah, the Ronaldo offside goals against Bayern. You've got the ones against Atleti that were offside. You've got the one against Atleti, the Sergio Ramos goal in the final in 2016 that went against them.
It's the end of his fingers, so it's not like an elbow. It's not the full arm. It's sort of the end where he just swings it into the side of his face. And yes, there's some contact, but unless he's poked him in the eye, he's stayed down for
Dominic, cheers, man. Thank you for coming, man.
Going in with Gustavo Cabral, and remember, he's just coming back from a 6-game ban, Antonio Rudiger. And now he has to be
Rudiger crashing out again.
Antonio Rudiger. Oh, he's not giving.
That's called football heritage.
He's always the pantomime villain wherever he goes. He's the big Real defender.
Okay, even under VAR. Even under VAR, Real Madrid PSG 2022, VAR the foul on Donnarumma, Real Madrid Bayern Munich last year, the offside goal, the phantom offside goal. Why was it offside? Who knows? So even under VAR, they've had stuff. Are they checking VAR?
Have a little eye on it, and then they've got to finish. They've got to get back into position.
Are they checking VAR?
Well, the referee is indicating something here.
What is he indicating?
Well, Rudiger's being marched away by Salomon Rondon.
What's going on here? Just watch. They're going to go and find a way to give a red card to Pachuca.
And I think we are just about ready to get back underway. I think the referee, Ramon Abati, just came a little bit closer to talk to Xabi Alonso. Perhaps the rest of his officiating team in that technical area on this near side. A rather unsavoury end to the game here.
What the heck is going on here?
Right on the edge of the area. Obviously, eyes on, everybody looking at the situations and waiting. And we've seen real long waits at times because of red cards and VAR coming into play.
But ref, hurry up, man. Dang.
For me here, the situation, the scoreline, the referees just lost a couple of minutes there for just when I said to spot the ball and go. You can still watch out, you can still deal with it. I don't think he was needed to do it.
Here's John
Go
Kennedy.
on.
Is there another goal in this game for Pachuca? John Kennedy, Howson sticks out a foot and takes it off him once again. Solid from the young Spaniard. Modric. So calm, bringing the ball out as he gets it.
Yeah, just blow the whistle, ref. Just blow the whistle. Just blow the whistle. Just end the game, ref. End the game. End the game.
Modric to Rudiger. Seems to have calmed down.
Just finish, ref. Blow the whistle.
That's Courtois. Rondon pressures the Belgian goalkeeper into clearing it away. Montiel. Feel like he'll have plenty more big games like this under his belt over the next decade or so.
Just get in the box, put in the cross.
Putting forward here as 𝙊𝙾𝘾𝘼 makes an adventure up from the back and can't get on the end of that cross. And you imagine that would probably be it here in Charlotte. And there it is. Win number 1 for Xabi Alonso and Real Madrid at the Club World Cup as it boils over here in Charlotte at the full-time whistle. Antonio Rudiger involved once again. Cabral of Pachuca also has something to say to the big Real Madrid defender. Well, there's a few old Mexican handbags here between Pachuca and Real Madrid. It all started so poorly for Real. Raúl Asensio sent off in the first few minutes, but goals from Bellingham, from 𝙀𝙀 and Valverde seal the win. Pachuca are out. Real Madrid take the 3 points. The finish is Real Madrid 3, Pachuca 1.
Bro, Pachuca, wow, you guys were you man up and a man down, 10 men, 6 minutes. Not like you guys were a man up for most of the game. Y'all were 3-0 down. Y'all are on. I haven't used this in a while. It is what it is, though, man. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. The Images are next season after. I mean, they were good, but you know, with all due respect to Pachuca, they lost to Pachuca. I mean, they beat Pachuca. Right? So Ďeř win. Man down, no Mbappe. I mean, they played all right. I was gonna think, should I make a post-game reaction? Nah, I don't know. It's not worth it. But at the end of the day, I mean, the result is expected, to be honest. 3-1 in the end. I mean, remember you dominated possession, 1.06 XG to 1.54. I mean, these shots are a bit misleading. So you'd think, okay, 1.54 XG, 25 shots, 11 shots on target. Yeah, but a lot of them were just low quality shots. So yeah. What happened to Asensio? He got a red card in the 6th minute, 7th minute. I mean, it was a clear foul. He tugged back Salomon Rondon. He was going through on goal. Then I have a clear goal scoring opportunity. And I guess you see that. I guess in fairness, for something like that, it didn't pay 2 dividends. Like, they were a man down for most of the game and they still ended up winning it. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But yeah, so as things stand currently, Madrid are top on the group with 4 points. 𝙀𝙀 obviously play against Salzburg in an hour. I'm not streaming that game. But yeah. We'll see. I mean, Madrid, I said Madrid and 𝙀𝙀 would get through in this group. Probably still going to be the case. It's going to be interesting seeing, you know, what the order is. Yeah. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. Well, not much more for me to do. I've got video ideas, concepts to do. So if you're a Barca fan, you might want to, you know, skip the channel for a bit, because we need to dismantle some of these lies. I'm gonna make a video talking about like this whole narrative that Ousmane Dembélé, you know, only started in 2025. Dembélé was nothing before 2025. We need to dismantle that. I also need to go on and talk about, you know, I also make a video talking about, you know, the Dembélé, the UCL player of the season, showing that Dembélé deserved it. I mean, young player of the season, saying that oh my goodness, why can I not speak right now? Oh my goodness, saying that Desiree Doué deserved it. With stats talking about that, What else is there? Anything else? There's also the video out. 𝙀𝙊𝘾𝘼𝘍 supposedly being, you know, the best creator, so on and so forth, dismantling that as well. Yeah, that's basically it. That's all. Thank you guys all for tuning to the stream. Hopefully we'll be seeing you guys soon. I think the next stream is going to be tomorrow. PSG play Seattle, and so be interesting to see how that goes on. Anyways, guys, with that, thank you guys very much for tuning into the stream. It's been a pleasure as always, and remember, stay safe, stay kind, and stay blessed. Godspeed.